Welcome back to another live edition of the Ball Don't Lie podcast. Today we're three-man weaving it. As you guys can see, no Gabe in the chat. On the stream today. So put some F in the chat. Respect to Gabe. He's on a cruise right now. Hopefully he's having a good time.
Sick. Cruising, we'll see.
He got to do what you got to do, bro. You can't pass the cruise up. All right. Let's start off talking about the All-Star roster. Let's just hop straight into it, all right? They got announced earlier today. I know we kind of like talked about it a little bit in the chat. So let me read out to you guys the East All-Star reserves, and y'all could let me know. I'm going to also name some players, and you let me know if they were snubbed as well. But this is who made the All-Star reserves team. So it's Jaylen Brown, Pascal Siakam, Darius Garland, Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, Damian Lillard, and Tyler Hero are the All-Star reserves. Now, we didn't have all these guys on our ballot. I know I didn't have Tyler Hero on my ballot. I know a lot of us, at least me and Omari, had LaMelo Ball on our ballot, so we'll get to him in a second. Might as well start with him, actually. Do we think LaMelo Ball was snubbed from the All-Star game?
Yes.
Go ahead.
But Siakam sucks. No, I was kidding. Nah.
Yeah, he does suck, but he's a forward.
It's a different position.
Yeah.
You can talk about Tyler Hero because that's really the one.
No, but isn't reserve not even position anymore?
No, it's position based.
Okay.
How the hell
There's only two wild cards that are.
But there's still, he still should have made it at least a wild card though, because it's just like, come on, bro. Like, especially like if the NBA was smart and they, you know what I mean, they want viewership. It's just like you're taking out a huge star from the All-Star game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how the media or the coaches or just anybody can see this dude averaging 30 points the way he is, like, and as many votes as he got too for it. Like, it's just like, how do you guys not? How does he just not end up making it? You know what I mean? I get the team stinks, but it's an All-Star game. Like, this dude's the definition of anything. You know what I mean? Like, he's literally players like him are made for the All-Star game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you from that perspective. Like, him not being like he's a show, and he always puts on a show. There's a reason why he got the most fan votes for guards. But I don't believe he should be an All-Star because of the team being as bad as they are. If Bradley Beal didn't make it on the Wizards averaging 30, LaMelo Ball doesn't deserve to be on the roster.
He wasn't averaging 30 the same way.
No, it was different.
All 30s are not created equal.
Yeah, his 30 was better. He wasn't shooting that low of a percentage like LaMelo Ball is this year. I told you guys the only way he was going to make it was if he got the votes from being a starter.
They hate him. That's what I'm saying. He got mad votes. Like,
yeah, he did. I was surprised he got snubbed from that, but I actually called it. I said Jalen Brunson was going to make it, or Jalen Brunson or Dame. I think I said Jalen who was going to make it because of the other media vote and stuff like that. I'm telling you guys, they take winning into account, and coaches
I hate that.
Definitely. Like, Tyler Hero, I guess, has more impact on winning basketball games more than LaMelo Ball does right now. So
can we talk about Tyler Hero for a sec? Because personally, I'm fine with everybody else. Everyone else outside of Tyler Hero, I don't have an issue with that at all. Tyler Hero, though, respectfully, he's having a great year. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to take anything away from him. But I think there's several guys that got snubbed, which I'll name in a sec, that I think deserve a spot over him just because the Heat aren't even winning like that. Like, they're the 6th seed. They just got there out of the play-in because they've been on a winning streak with the new lineup change that we'll talk about also later in the show. But guys like Trae Young as well. I think Trae Young deserves it over Tyler Hero. Respectfully, Trae Young's leading the league in assists. The Hawks are just right. They're right there with the Heat. It's not like they have a significant lead over them. It's not like they're winning by a lot. And then LaMelo, in my opinion, has the stats over him. But I can agree with Hassan to a certain extent on the lack of winning, the unserious basketball. Also, the fact that he's never healthy could be a part of it.
Yeah.
So he just got injured again
this year.
Maybe I'm thinking
But I don't think Tyler Hero should have made it over Trae Young. I just don't, respect to Tyler Hero. I think that team is doing it more as a committee with Bam, with Duncan Robinson, without Jimmy. Just everybody's working. Khalil Ware recently just been cooking. So I don't think Tyler Hero necessarily deserves a nod over some of these other guys.
I don't know when they ask the coaches for their vote, but maybe winning again has to take into account because I think the Hawks are on like a 6-game losing streak. And Trae Young's stats have been impactful as much as they did at the beginning of the season.
It couldn't have been fucking last week. There's just no way they're like, hey guys, next week's the All-Star game. Hurry up, get your votes in. Like, it had to have been like a
couple
weeks
games
ago.
before.
Yeah.
But I guess I feel like the coaches think that Tyler Hero's impact this year is bigger than LaMelo Ball's, obviously, and then Trae Young. But Trae Young has to take on way more responsibility of the offense compared to Tyler Hero. So I don't know what kind of see. So I agree with you there with Trae Young being snubbed over Tyler Hero. But yeah, I guess it has to do more of like an impact on winning, which is funny because Trae Young just has to take on way more to accumulate more wins.
And also for taking account, like, I don't know how the games kind of factor into this, but if Franz Wagner was eligible, he should have made it over probably not even just Hero, but probably a couple guys, in my opinion.
Isn't he playing forward or guard?
Yeah, but I'm sure Tyler Hero was like one of the wild cards. Like, there's just no way he made
Siakam
it
shouldn't have
over.
made it, dot. I'm looking at his stats right now. He's averaging 20 and 7. And the Pacers are 26 and 20. I guess in the East, that's like a strong record. But in terms of like impact, Franz, like you said, is probably would if he was healthy would have made it. Paulo, if he was healthy, would have made it. I feel like this is just like a petty all-star nomination. Like you just have to fill up the role. And the Siakam
I don't know.
got
I'm not too mad at Pascal because, like you said, the Pacers, like, they're comfortably in the 5 seed right now. So, like, I think they deserve an all-star. And Tyrese obviously hasn't been that this year. So I'm okay giving it to Siakam, even though his stats aren't the greatest.
Yeah, no person averaging 20 should be in the all-star game.
I mean, I'll definitely take Franz over Siakam if that's what we're talking about. But it's just like if the fact that he made it in a vacuum, I'm not too mad about personally.
I'd rather have Jared Allen, honestly. I'd rather have
I can't agree with that. 4 all-stars from the Cavs is nuts.
4 Cavs all-star. I mean, like, at this point, I don't know. Yeah, there's no, like, healthy forward that's played enough games to take Siakam's spot. So I understand it from that aspect, but him just being in there feels like a pity vote because you have to fill in the position, in my opinion.
I'm glad Cade made it, though. He definitely deserved it. The way the
Pistons were playing.
The return, that would have been a big-time snub if he did not make it. I would have been real pissed.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, me too.
Sir.
Like, after the season he had last year, having the most losses in a row, like 20-something, and then being a meme, and him just staying the course, them getting new coach. Shout out to the organization. And
they already cleared their wins from last year, like 3 weeks ago.
Man, all he needed was some veterans. Get him some good veterans, a good coach, and now he's like cooking and fulfilling the number 1 spot, or number 1 draft pick, like he's supposed to be.
Facts. So. Nah, it's amazing to see, man. He's like left athletic LeBron. I love watching him play.
It's funny.
I think that. Oh, what are you gonna say?
No, I was gonna keep going. I'll say it after.
I think that like, yeah, as you said, like as soon as he got like a decent team around him, and he doesn't even have like a, you know what I mean, like a star-studded team. But as soon as you got some decent role players, you know, some cohesiveness and some continuity on his team, he's showing like why he's a number 1 pick. And I think that it just shows you that, like, you know, you keep building around him, you get better and better pieces around him. He could easily be the engine of a championship caliber team, in my opinion.
Yeah, same here. He's got the size, like over 6'4", handle, shot creating ability, like everything you want in a guard to reach for success. And also, I was gonna say like mentality too, with him and Jalen Green beefing, that old school mentality where they don't talk, they know what's up, always trying to one up each other. I was gonna say it's just funny how it's even like a debate because Cade Cunningham is easily better than Jalen Green right now.
It ain't a debate no more, buddy.
But I could see how it was like something with them getting drafted because, you know, you come up in high school, same AAU circuit, and then you get drafted 1 and 2. So that rivalry will always be there. But right now, Cade Cunningham definitely has it. But Jalen Green and his team are cooking though. They're legit. So I can't be mad at them for thinking that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he deserves it. Who else was the first time in the East? Is that it?
I mean, Tyler Hero first time, technically.
Yeah.
I think so, right? I don't think he's ever made
Take it away.
No.
Evan Mobley, obviously. But we all voted for Mobley.
Mickey Mouse.
I got every East All-Star correct besides Siakam.
You voted for Hero too? That's crazy.
Yeah. I think I did Hero. Wait up. I had Trae, no? Maybe I had Trae.
Yeah, I had Trae over. I think I had Trae and LaMelo. Those are the 2 I missed. Which
I have. Let me see.
Trae, I'm a little upset about.
I had Mobley. Maybe I had Mobley as my wild card or as my forward, and then Siakam as a wild card. I definitely chose Garland and Mobley.
Let me see if I can find mine. This shit is. Oh, here. This is my West.
But
I had Trae Young starting and he didn't even make it, bro. That shit is disrespectful. I mean, damn. What a brother got to do? Lead the league in assists.
For real.
He constantly gets snubbed too. I feel like this is even the first time. Like every year, I feel like the Trae Young gets snubbed.
Do you think he needs to like leave the team to get the recognition he deserves, or?
I don't know. I feel like if the team was a little better, like the recognition would be there. Because when the team was good, I feel like he was getting the respect he deserves. But for some reason, when the Hawks aren't bad, it's like, oh, it's all Trae Young's fault, you know?
Well, like they have a solid team. The team's above average. Like skill positions. What'd you say?
My list was Dame, Trae, Jaylen Brown, Siakam, Mobley, Cade, and Brunson. So I know Trae's not there.
But yeah, back to Trae Young. Like,
hero.
The team's above average. They're better than like, or they're not as good as they're supposed to be. But in terms of like players, skill position wise, they're better. They should be better. You know.
I don't know. I think they're right where they're like about where they should be. I just think Trae Young. I don't know. I just feel like he gets disrespected, a little bit of voter fatigue, because it's like, okay, we already know what he is, what he does. Unless he's doing something crazy, we just gonna let him be the 10th seed or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I had Jalen Johnson and Trae Young on the bench.
Well, Jalen Johnson's done for the year, so
yeah. So he got cooked, and then Trae Young, yeah, definitely snubbed. Damn! Shout out Tyler Hero. Being white actually matters in the NBA.
That's crazy. Austin Reeves should have made it then.
Yeah, right. Nice. Reeves been cooking though. He might get most improved, huh?
He should.
Trae tweeted this out. Trae tweeted out, "It's no longer getting snubbed; it's getting trade at this point. Sorry to my fans. It'll change eventually."
Damn, I didn't see that.
Getting trade,
bro. I don't know.
25 and 11 this season, and like you don't make it.
Yeah, nah, he should.
I don't get that.
That's insane.
Respect to Tyler here. He's having a great year, but it's like the team record is not that different that the numbers are like, oh, you know what I mean? They're so much better or so much different.
Yeah. To me, Trae Young getting snubbed over LaMelo Ball is a bigger issue. Like, at least this guy's winning, or the games are comparative, like you said, and Tyler Hero's not averaging the same amount of stats that Trae Young does. And then, like I said earlier, with the usage too, there's more on Trae Young's back rather than Tyler Hero's, and he's still getting snubbed. So I don't know what he can possibly do to get the respect that he deserves.
I think it has to be the coaches that are not voting for him, because I feel maybe it's the media. It's one or the other, because the fans obviously are going to show him love, I think, because he's a very popular player, the way he plays. But the whole city of Atlanta is probably voting for him. So it's like it's got to be either the coaches don't like his play style or lack of defense or whatever, or the media just thinks he's like the villain role or whatever. They don't mess with that. Something.
Yeah, it has to be coaches, because he's popular, but obviously he's not popular enough to be like LaMelo, Trae Young, LaMelo, Jalen Brunson, and Damian Lillard.
Can't even say LaMelo. That fool didn't make it either. He's not.
Yeah, but he got the most votes though. But coaches obviously probably don't think his impact defensively is the reason why make it. But, I mean, coaches have the best grasp of players.
We don't need defense in an All-Star game, man. The fuck.
You don't. Dude, at least Luka's not in there. Thank God. I'm not trying to see him.
No, he would have made it had he
would have. Yeah,
he'd been healthy.
No, he would have. But I'm just saying, like in terms of quality of game, like he'll never show up in All-Star game. Him and Jokic will just be there.
Oh, what are you gonna do? He just go shoot.
No, throw some lobs or something. Like at least Curry's entertaining. What do you expect him to do?
Shoot threes.
Yeah, I'm like.
Yeah, but Curry will do like no
Curry from half court. That's what they want to see, bro. Exactly. They want to see Curry and Dame pull up from half court.
Luka will literally just show how fat he is and slow he is.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, this nigga is hated, dude.
That you straight hate. Just like look how fat this whole NBA player is.
He doesn't want, bro. I'm saying he'll show like how slow he is. Yeah. He just doesn't do anything. He's just there.
I know what you mean, but it's just like the gimmick that him and Jokic have. But
yeah, like the old man mentality. Like, oh, I'm not supposed to be.
Well, it would work if people actually played defense, you know? Like, if they actually tried to guard him, it would be, oh, look at the up and under. You got him. But it's like, they're just letting him go to the basket anyway. So.
Same with Jokic. If they took it seriously, it would be a show. But since I know they won't take it seriously, it's like a waste.
No, Jokic, are you kidding me, bro? If he's hitting those one-legged threes, double contested, is so fire. But it's like no one's guarding him, so he just gets to go to the rim for free
and doesn't do anything. Yeah, it would be the best show if they were playing. They should do USA versus the world for the All-Star game. That would be hilarious.
They should have some like you can't. I was gonna say have some like Olympic fake medal, but you just can't do that.
Like, I wonder what the teams are gonna look like with the draft coming up too. But
I'm not too. I know you wrote. I don't know what you wrote down here.
Yeah, they brought back like the Kenny, or they made the variation of NBA on TNT drafting players, and then
yeah. Wait, it's the 4 teams, huh?
Yeah, it should be 4 or 5.
I think it's 4.
All right, hold on. Let's talk about the Western Conference reserves because we just didn't do that at all. So, the Western Conference reserves are Anthony Edwards, Anthony Davis, James Harden, Jaren Jackson, Alp, Jalen Williams, and Wemby. Now, I think the West is a little more loaded than the East. So I'm going to name you a couple names. You guys tell me, were they snubbed or did they get it right not voting these guys in, all right? First name on the list. Leading the league in rebounds, did not make the All-Star team. Domantas Sabonis. Was he a snub?
100% snubbed. How the hell does Jaren Jackson Jr. make the All-Star team?
No, hold on. I'm not gonna let you disrespect Jaren. He's been their best player this year, and he's been healthy.
He's the best player. He's not better than Domantas Sabonis and what he brings for his team. I'm sorry that the Kings can't play defense and play 4 guards out with him. That's not his fault. He's doing the best he can with what he has.
Why can't we get on Alp then?
What Alp's winning the team?
Yeah, but you see the meme of the Charmander, like the fucking Alp's the Charmander, Sabonis is the Charmeleon, and Jokic is the Charizard. Why would we vote in the Charmander and not the Charmeleon?
Because the Charmander has a stacked team and the coach of the year on his roster.
Oh, it's an All-Star game, brother. He don't get to bring the rest of the Rockets with him.
In terms of why you get chosen, though, like obviously, like we didn't expect this team to be as good as they are, and they're winning. He's their best player, and the system revolves around him. And then when you have a coach that's competent enough to put you in a winning position, and then players that do their roles, and you're winning games, you get the All-Star nod. But in terms of Memphis, like you're supposed to be here with the players that you have and the coaching that you have. Like this is what we expected. I don't think what Jaren Jackson Jr. is doing gets the All-Star nod over just Domantas Sabonis, where he's doing like all NBA numbers again, and he got snubbed last year. Like what else more can he do? Honestly, from what his position. His coach getting fired, De'Aaron Fox wanting out, playing 4 guards, team playing no defense, and he's like showing out. What else can you do to get the All-Star nod?
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like the Sengun selection is worse than Jaren Jackson, in my opinion. Not that Sengun's bad or nothing, but it's just like I feel like if we're gonna take one of them out for Sabonis, I'd rather take out Sengun.
Why?
Because I think Jaren Jackson, like, he's been holding it down for the Grizzlies. Like, he's been their best player. You're also neglecting the defensive side of the ball where he's elite. Like, he's a DPOY player. He's averaging 23 points, 6 rebounds, 50-30, 50-35, actually. Let me not lowball him there. So I just think he's had like, if you really tune in, he's really been their best player. Ja hasn't played much at all this year. And when he has played, he hasn't been on his game. So I feel like because of that, you got to give him the respect. Because Desmond Bane ain't been the second best player either, or the best player either. So I think Jaren Jackson deserves the love, and because they've been winning. And again, I don't want to hate on Sengun because the team's really good. But if we're talking about the All-Star game and individual accolades, they don't even have a player on their team averaging 20 points per game. And we talked about this, how it's a cohesive unit of Amen Thompson, Tari Eason, Dylan Brooks, like a lot of defense in general. So I just think that, they're having a good year. They're a great team. But I just think if we're going individually, like if this is an individual award, I'm going to take Sabonis' stats over Alper and Sengun's. Minus the winning, obviously.
I can see that perspective. Me, it's just the context of where those players are or how those players perform on the teams that they're doing it on. And like the narratives that we presented at the beginning of the season as to why he made it. But yeah, I'd rather choose Sabonis over Jaren Jackson because of the statistical performance from him and how he's holding it down on a worse team, But I can see why you say Sengun shouldn't be on the roster.
What about you, Omari? Do you think he was snubbed? Or like which one of those two would you take out for Sabonis if you do think he was snubbed?
What's the Grizzlies record? Or like what's their seed?
They're third in the West.
31-16.
Kings or Dookie?
They're 24-23.
What seed is
10
that,
seed versus 3
10th.
seed.
Well, there you go. No, I was kidding. It's just like I get it though, like because I do agree that Sabonis has been dealt like relatively a bad hand this season. You know what I mean? Like the Kings just stink as a whole, but it's the same. I know LaMelo, as a comparison, is LaMelo's like last seed, not even in the play-in, or not last seed, but he's like not even in the play-in, I don't think.
Yeah.
So I get the little, there's a bit of difference when it comes to that record, but yeah, the West is so stacked. So I feel like, if they're taking winning into account on the East, and the East is like booty, like I'm sure they still take it into account, even probably more so on the West because things are so much closer. You know what I mean? There's so many good players in the West. So
would you take him out for
I feel
anybody
like,
or not?
Nah, I mean I just see why he didn't make it. You know what I mean? Like the Grizzlies and the Rockets are both some of the better teams. They generally want to have one player from the best teams. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, which is fair, especially from a coaching perspective too.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, so I get I get where you're coming from when it comes to the numbers because the numbers are better, but when it comes to the winning, I know it's a team effort, but if they're taking seeding into account, they're going to take the second and third seeds best players. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what more can
What
his
about
brother
his
do?
teammate De'Aaron Fox? Do you think he should have made it?
No.
Yeah. Same reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Respect. All right. How about another? I know this team also isn't doing well, but this player is still having a really good year. I don't know if one of you guys had him, but Devin Booker. Did one of y'all have him on your original?
I had him.
And do you think he should have made it?
So.
And who would you take out?
Yes.
No. Go ahead, Omari.
Who made it? Wait. I would take out.
Yeah, Harden, Edwards, and
Here,
Jalen
I'm gonna send
Williams.
you the link to the thing in the private chat so y'all can look
Oh,
at these
okay.
West All
Yeah,
Stars.
but who's the wild card though? Who are the wild cards? That's what
I'm assuming it was Wemby and Jalen Williams. That's just the way Shams wrote it. So the two, I'm just assuming. I have literally no idea.
Yeah, I have the website. But
does it tell you who the wild cards are, or it just says All Stars? Like
it's just tough because for the same reason. I get the Suns are on a bit of I think aren't they starting to like win some games, but they've been so ass this year too. So
they just lost to the Hornets like last week, so it's like up and down. They get some good wins, some bad.
24 and 22, which is 9th right now.
Yeah, like and it's like that's on a little bit of a like I said upswing. Like they were worse before, so
yeah,
it's just like I don't. Although I love D-Book, it's KD started right. I mean that's his fans.
Yeah, you got voted in. I mean he should.
Yeah, like I love D-Book, and
can I say
he's
something?
He's an all-star level player. He deserves it, but the team is just so bad this year. So same reason.
I want to say something, but I already know my man's about to get mad. Honestly, bro, I don't think Steph Curry should have made the All-Star team the way the team's playing, and I don't think he's having an amazing season either.
Nah, Hassan agreed. He hasn't talked. Hasn't talked about that before.
Well, I'm definitely not starting. Maybe he should have made it, but no chance he should have been a starter.
If he wasn't a starter, he's not making it.
Actually, do you think like if you're a coach and you just know who Stephen Curry is and the gravity he brings to his team, would you vote him in?
I think the respect the coaches and media have, he probably would have got it anyway.
Yeah, just the respect.
But he should have like generally he didn't. I wouldn't say this is an all-star. You know what I mean? If he's anybody that's what Devin was saying. Devin was the one who brought that up. He was saying that like if he's anybody that's not Steph Curry, like he would be an all-star.
If it was Devin Booker with this season and stat line, he's not making it. Obviously, like I think it's just because Steph is such a top 10 all-time player. Like you just got to give him the respect. Especially people, the fans as well, like they're gonna vote for him easily as well. So he got that lock as the starter.
So Jalen Williams is a guard. So do you think Steph probably would have took his spot? Because I don't see him taking Harden's spot because of his respect. And then Anthony Edwards, of course, with the season that he's having.
Hey man, if Jaren or LP were a wild card, Steph could have taken one of their spot. But
yeah, I mean the Suns definitely don't deserve 2 All-Stars this season, and I feel like the reserves are definitely having a better season. You can argue that Norman Powell's having a better season than.
I was going to ask about Norman Powell because people were saying that he got snubbed, but I don't think you could put him in over any of the guys that made it. But he's having a really crazy year.
He's averaging 24 points per game, filling that Paul George role, even better than what Paul George was doing the year before.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, he definitely has an argument. But
what about Kyrie? That's the last name I have. Because you think Kyrie was snubbed since Luka's been out and they've been kind of keep holding it down without him, or he's just not having a great enough year?
He's not having a good enough year to overcome.
It's hard to make
because the record's still not good either. Yeah,
they're what, like, I think they're under the Lakers right now, but it's hard to make it in the West. Too many big names.
They ain't been winning.
Not going to get voted in.
I'm tripping. Maybe have they? I know they were struggling earlier this season.
They're 8th right now, 26 and 22.
They were struggling. I'm tweaking. They won 2 in a row. That's why I think that. But before that, they were actually on a big losing streak.
Yeah, they be losing. So I'm like,
it's tough to make.
And he's not even. If he was averaging like 27, 28 type of season, then I was like, But
I agree.
Was he averaging like 23, 24 or something? Something regular.
Let's talk about the greatness of James Harden, man. 16th season,
24.
35 years old.
End of the pod.
All right, thanks for tuning in. No,
give him his respect. Leading a team.
This is all you, bro. I mean, I already voted for him as an all-star. So if you want to glaze him additionally, you can go ahead.
Just glaze him. Actually, I saw on the way back home today, him being better than D Wade. Can we put that in the books that James Harden is a better player than D Wade? 16th season, 35 years old. D Wade was not doing this. The longevity, the ISO scoring.
I'll give him the longevity because D Wade, after his knees combusted, was like really bad.
I mean, charging to the game. Can't say that for James Harden.
He could be going to strip clubs every night and still hooping.
Yeah, and be resting. He lives in a modern era where you rest and shit.
If the man got better genetics, ain't nothing I could do about that, bro. Like,
straight up LeBron being LeBron. Yeah, I mean,
no funny?
Other person on this roster deserves it more than James Harden.
I was thinking about this the other day, and like, if anybody won a championship this year, which player would have benefited the most? And I honestly think the answer is James Harden, because this dude's done everything outside of winning a ring, and like the ring would literally solidify him as, well, not that he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, but like the question's always about him in the playoffs. He's a playoff choker, yada yada.
Yeah.
Because right now he's the best player on the Clippers. So if they somehow could win a championship, I think that would literally do the most for anybody's legacy that could win a ring this year.
Right now, if Kawhi stays healthy, of course, and the way that they're ramping him up, they look like they're the underdog to like make a run in the playoffs. Like the team is good defensively, way better than we expected. Then you have James Harden leading the group the way that he has been this year. And just adding Kawhi and like getting him up to speed, they're probably the underdogs to get a chip.
Yeah, I don't think it'll happen, but I'm just saying if it does, though, that'll be huge for him.
Yeah, is he dark horse?
James Harden is the best player without a ring.
That's Hudson's dark horse.
Or Chris Paul, I guess. Depends how you want to. Chris Paul never got MVP, but he's been doing it for a minute.
He's never put in production or put in.
He's never had the peak, but he's probably had the, like, he's 40 years old, bro.
Yeah, he's almost 40. But, I mean, James Harden is doing what he's doing now, 16th season. I think he has more accolades than CP. So, Charles Barkley's didn't win a ring, but James Harden is better than him.
AI maybe? Allen Iverson? That's a debate.
Harden's better too.
Probably.
My opinion.
AI didn't have the longevity.
Yeah.
He bounced
no one was putting up. Harden's peak was pretty crazy for the years that he did. 38, 36.
I think the fact that he's still doing it now is setting him apart, because I think, like I said, AI has had those years where he has the same peak, MVP, taking his team to the finals. James Harden did the same thing, almost pretty much. But it's like the fact that he's 35 doing it, like AI at 35 was bouncing around every team. You know what I mean? So
plus he's like switching roles too, which is even more impressive. Like you come in as into the Rockets as a guard or scoring guard, and you primarily focus on scoring. Now it's kind of shifted to playmaking and putting people in other positions, which is like crazy to be a top playmaker in the NBA and a top scorer in the NBA. He talks about how good like you've been for a long time and how good of a player you actually are. Not many can do that.
Where's Gabe when you need him with the Wemby glaze too? First time All-Star Wemby.
Yeah, shout out Wemby. He definitely deserves it. They are definitely pushing a narrative of him being the face of the NBA. I mean, with what he's doing, like there's no reason not to. So I mean, the Spurs have been losing games. What's up?
So what seed are
they? They are the 12th seed right now, 20 and 24.
LaMelo should have been in the game.
No, LaMelo, they're literally second to last in the league.
Was that
or third to last in the league?
Put that nigga, he averages 30.
Bro, Omari, they got 12 wins, bro.
Bro, I just
All
checked the
saying, bro.
Hornets
All I'm
record and
saying,
I
bro.
can't justify, bro. Like, you got to have at least 20 wins. Like, there's no way you can have 12 wins and make the All-Star game. I'm sorry.
then-
I have to
They have
take it
12
back.
wins.
12 is
Wemby's
disgusting.
12 wins is insane. And then
That was
Wemby's a DPOY candidate, and what he's doing defensively is like insane too.
Ooh, that's fair. Nah, I fuck with Wemby. I love Wemby.
So,
I hope
if
that
you're
I hope
averaging,
that what's his name goes. I know we're gonna get to it later, but
he's averaging 24 and 11 plus the blocks too, like, and the defensive prowess, like he definitely deserves it. And,
Yeah, I think him making it is fine. I don't have an issue.
Yeah, first time All-Star.
Yeah, I don't have an issue.
Zion made it his second year too. Same trajectory.
No. He already played more games than Zion his whole career. Like, at this point,
insane.
No, I don't know if that's
But
true.
yeah,
but
now Wemby's definitely living up to the hype and to potential so far, and he deserves it. So.
Facts. No, yeah, I agree. I would put him in regardless of the West seed he was.
Yeah.
All
What do you think
right,
is the biggest snub, though?
those were the All-Star selections.
Biggest East and West snubs, in your guys' opinion?
I think Trae Young overall is my biggest snub. And then in the West, I would probably say Sabonis, even though, like, I'm not too mad that he didn't make it, but I probably still would have picked him over Şengün.
Yeah, same here, Trae and Sabonis. But do you think the West is kind of like perfect then, in your opinion, or that's like the best you're gonna get?
I think like it sucks not to see Sabonis in it because I think he deserves it more than Şengün. But I'm also like not mad at Şengün making it because I see the mentality of like they're winning and he's a big part of that.
Yeah, you can see why.
You know, I'm not gonna throw a fit over. It's not like egregiously bad or something.
Yeah. You think it's bad, Omari, that Lamelo didn't make it?
Nah, I know it's not. You know, we got the jokes and the memes and stuff, but now I get it. Like same with Beal.
He wouldn't have even played. Bro just got hurt again, so like dude's not even gonna play.
Like,
dude, he gets hurt every year.
When niggas are low seeds, you know what I mean. I know it's the East too, but he had a chance. You know, it's the East, so he has a chance. But
I kind of like it though because they're showing him like, bro, you can't just be all flashy and put up numbers. Like you gotta actually play meaningful basketball to get in the All-Star game. Like this isn't some, you know, I'm gonna put up numbers award. This is like, okay, my team's winning and I'm contributing to it award.
Yeah.
In my opinion though, he's still like same with him and like how I said about Cade. It's just like if he had a solid team, like a really good team around him, like
that's fair.
You know what I mean? Like the Hornets, they're pretty unserious, you know, as a whole, including him. But it's still like at the end of the day, I feel like it's a culture over there. You know what I mean? It's an entire culture thing. Because it doesn't even seem like they try to get like. I know they got Grant Williams, but that's like the worst bet you can possibly get. Like,
yeah, that's what I was about to say. I saw a tweet earlier today saying that
he tore his ACL, so you don't even have him. Like, he didn't even play no more.
You can tell
his rookie year was Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier, and somebody else. That was like,
nah, literally, like they don't even. It doesn't seem like the Hornets even try to like do what the Pistons did, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think what the Hornets need a vet coach like the Pistons got, like JB Bickerstaff, because then that way there's like some level of trust there and some level of understanding because there's like a resume that the coach has built up, making it to the playoffs or whatever. I think the reason they're not as serious is because it's a first-time head coach. He's figuring things out, so he doesn't even have his own system in place, like know what he want to do. So it just might take a minute for them to really get into what they want to be, and maybe that'll work. Maybe they really believe in Charles Lee. I know he was a hot name when they were searching for coaches, so you know they might see the potential. The thing is though, like they have no vets, they have no vet coach, so it's just going to be a minute before they actually are even remotely good again. So that's kind of
because you have good pieces too. Like you can build around LaMelo, Brandon Miller, and fucking
whoever you draft
now, Mark Williams.
Yeah, like you have good pieces. Like if you made moves for some vets, you know what I mean. Obviously they're gonna have a good draft pick again. It's just like they have potential to have a serious team, but it's just a bunch of YNs right now. You know what I mean? So it's just like
I also think we don't talk about this. We don't talk about this, but this year's draft pick for them has done nothing. The Salon kid, like they shouldn't have drafted him. He hasn't done anything for them. Like imagine if they got even Edey, bro. If they drafted Zach Edey, how much he could have helped him at the center. Like I know he's not some stud rookie, but he's at least contributing in some way.
Yeah.
Like the rookie, they've had this whole thing with drafting bad players. James Bouknight, going back to him, out of the league already. Like their drafting process also has been atrocious. Outside of Brandon Miller and LaMelo, and I guess Mark Williams, who is always hurt, but at least he's good when he plays. Like outside of those three, like you can't really point to anybody that they really nailed in the draft, you know?
Yeah, I mean, but they also don't develop well either. Like these guys are just like Omari said, the system is bad from the like top down, you know. You don't have anybody that's really like guiding them into the right direction.
No direction.
You're just free-balling it. Like I feel like I was about to say Ime Udoka was a coach that like would be perfect for them because he's like no nonsense, and then you'll be fit into a system. If you're not playing well, you'll be benched. And I think that would have been at least some type of structure there, but like best sick with the young coach, him figuring it out, not the best option for him. And like, if you don't figure it out next year, you're gonna get fired within 2 years of being a head coach. Is like terrible. You don't want to be put in that position, you know. So,
yeah, I don't think they'll fire him, but it's just a bad situation because he will be He could be scapegoated for sure.
Yeah.
If I mean,
you have to have some type of expectation going into next season. If you have Brandon Miller or LaMelo Ball and then a top 2 pick, possibly, like, or even
they're a good situation to be in, but it's just they got to hit the picks. They got to start building like some type of winning environment. But
they should have cap space too. I don't know when LaMelo Ball's contract hits. Maybe that might hit next year, but still have Brandon Miller on the rookie contract.
But then Miles Bridges is off the books if you don't want to bring him, which I don't think they should. Like his timeline just doesn't make sense. So
yeah, unless you want to bring him off the bench, but you don't need to pay him that much to do so.
Yeah, he's probably going to go chase his bag in somewhere, a place that could afford him.
Someone to pay him.
Yeah, like after all the allegations died down. It's not even allegations at this point. After everything died down.
Yeah.
After the facts died down.
Yeah.
All right. Let me give a shout out to our best player of the week. I should have started the episode with this, but I wanted to jump straight into the All-Stars. Tyrese Maxey, man. Tyrese Maxey. The 76ers, they're winning games again, guys. Are we ready to say they're back? Tyrese, I'm not going to say that. But Tyrese Maxey's been carrying the hell out of them. No Embiid, no Paul George. Let me just make sure I got this right. The 76ers are on a 4-game winning streak, so 4-0 this week. Maxey, he beat the Lakers. If you watch that game, Omari, you know he gave us the fucking work. But averaging 33 points this week, 6.5 assists, 52, 37, and 100. Didn't miss a single free throw in all 4 games. So respect to Tyrese Maxey, literally single-handedly keeping the 76ers somewhat relevant. He's the reason that they might sneak into the play-in, because right now them and the Bulls are like the 2 teams fighting for that 10 seed, and they're only 1 game behind them. Or at this point, they're tied technically in record, even though they
PG
have
is
one
back, right?
No.
Nope. It's all Tyrese Maxey, brother.
Yeah, it's all Maxey.
How long has he been out? I thought he came back like.
He's in and out of the lineup, both him and Embiid.
Okay,
he has a finger injury, so he's like week to week.
What a weenie, bro.
That's what I thought. I was like,
okay.
Oh, my finger. Oh, my pinky. I can't
let me transition that Tyrese Maxey segment to a Would You Rather Tyrese Maxey edition, because I know the 76ers aren't good this year. I know they're bad, but we can't forget how good of a player Tyrese Maxey is. I think the fact that the team stinks is kind of holding him down because we don't see too much attention on him. So I'm going to ask you some of these players, would you rather Tyrese Maxey edition, okay? He didn't make the All-Star this year, but some of these guys did, so I want to know your thoughts.
Picking everybody that's not Tyrese Maxey.
Would you rather Tyrese Maxey edition? Would you rather have Tyrese Maxey or Tyler Hero?
Tyrese Maxey.
This is a tough one. Go ahead. Say why, though, Mar.
I think just Tyrese Maxey is a little bit more versatile. I like his quickness. You know what I mean? He's a bit younger. I think that his scoring ability is right now on another level than Tyler Hero's. Like Tyler Hero has the opportunity right now to. He has a green light. You know what I mean? Same way Tyrese Maxey has a green light, but Tyrese has shown that his ceiling, at least, or like his regular amount when he's the number one, he can still go get like 26, 27, and like you said, this week he's averaging 30 something. But Tyler Hero, even with all the opportunity in the world, he's still capping out at like 23, 24. Or he has 25 this year, right?
Yeah, 24.
I think like 24.
Yeah, 24.
But yeah, even with all the opportunity in the world, he still caps out at like 24. Defensively, I mean, Tyrese Maxey's not an amazing defender, but it's just like
neither is Hero.
And he's faster and more athletic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that you can rely on Maxey's levels of scoring more than Tyler Hero. So
yeah, Maxey's averaging 27 this year.
crazy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with you. If you asked me this earlier in the season, I definitely would have said Tyler Hero with how the team was winning and the 76ers were losing even with Maxey in the lineup. But right now he's hitting his stride. His dude's averaging 27. I didn't think it would be possible for him to hit the next level. He just keeps getting better every year. Like Omar said, his
This is a
three-level
down
scoring is
shooting year
different.
too. Like he's shooting way up below average percentages. Like his
Man,
3-point,
he's
he
usually
is
like
a
over 40.
38 career percent shooter.
Yeah,
38% from three, and he's only shooting 34 this season. So it's not
insane. So he's
even good
even
year for
finding
him.
different ways to get buckets. So
Exactly.
he's been the only consistent factor for the Philadelphia 76ers that's been positive in terms of their star
Besides
aspect.
McCain.
He got hurt though.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But like that's
Yeah. So like
unfortunate.
he's constant. Like he's someone you can rely upon. It seems like he can play at the all-star level when you need him to and score. And even when you have your two stars in, he knows how to take a back seat and be an effective player to help win you games. So right now I'm going Tyrese Maxey, and he showed me that he can take it to the next level, and he's definitely better than Heroes. So
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think I'll take Maxey over Tyler Hero. I also like the fact that he just doesn't have an ego at all. Like you said, he can just fit into whatever role, and he doesn't care if he's getting the ball as long as the team's winning. He really doesn't care what he's doing, who's doing what. Always happy on the court. Like it's like a joy for him to be playing basketball. So I love those type of players.
Same here. Never complaining, man. Does his job.
Yeah.
Okay, what about this All-Star? Tyrese Maxey or Damian Lillard?
I'm still taking
Dame time. I'm going Dame. Dame, he's been more reliable throughout the years. Right now, him and Giannis are figuring it out. They're winning more games. They seem like a legit contender as of right now. And I just trust Dame more because of the respect he's gained over the years, the scoring capability that we've actually seen from him, even being a number one on the team. Playoff riser, transitioning into a number two and still being effective in his role. So Damian Lillard is definitely my choice for that one.
Facts. I mean, House laid out the points. Yeah, I trust. I always say I trust the experience. I trust seeing people in these big moments. Dame's game last year he had a down year, but this year he's back to form. They're like Hustle, they're figuring it out. So I think that last year we were rating Dame pretty low. Deservedly so because he was having a down year. But this year he's back to it, so there's no reason for me to be like, oh well, he's still washed. You know what I mean? Like he's had a down year, and he's proven that it was just an anomaly year and not signs of the future. So I'm still going with Dame.
Well said.
For me, I don't know. I think I'll probably agree with y'all. I do see Tyrese Maxey as kind of like a younger Dame. So I feel like if we're going, future wise, I'd probably take Maxey. But if we're talking about just for this year, I'm going Dame because, like you guys said, he's been proven with the moments. But him and Maxey to me have very similar games, which is also why I kind of wanted to put him on here because I feel like they play very similarly.
It's a good comp, though. I mean,
never thought about that before, but thinking about it, I could see them having similar comp.
I think in a couple years, is, like.
No, I feel like he's just like
revisit it.
Maxey's just not looked at the same way because of the teammates that he has and the situations he's in.
He just hasn't built up the repertoire to like the All-Star appearances, stuff like that.
Dame has like all-time highlights in the playoffs,
putting people home
and shit. You know what I mean? So
yeah, he's not there yet. I just think the play style is similar, so I just see
I can see it.
Parallels. All right, how about this for what? No, second time All-Star. Actually, I thought I've goofed. Darius Garland or Tyrese Maxey?
Oh, give me Tyrese Maxey. Not even close. I feel like Darius Garland is a product of his environment right now, and hold on.
I'd probably agree with you, but I don't know about not being close. I think it's a debate because I think Darius Garland has the playmaking pretty significantly, in my opinion. And Tyrese, in my opinion, is a better scorer. I think I'd still take Tyrese because I think he can improve the playmaking to close the gap a little bit. But I do think it's a tough conversation. I do like Darius Garland a lot, especially what he provides for the Cavs. So I would go Tyrese, but I do think it's close for me.
I'll probably agree with you, Bess, to be honest. Like I do the same. I rate Garland a little bit higher because I do enjoy his playmaking. I know that Tyrese has had stretches where he's had good playmaking games, showing flashes of his playmaking ability, but Garland, that's like his main thing. He's on a pretty good team with a lot of with a lot of other scorers too. He has a potential 30-point next to him. You know what I mean? And mixed that with Mobley, mixed that with all the role players have to get a piece of the pie. Like, and it's not really what I mean. It's not really what he's needed to do on that team. You know what I mean? They need him as a facilitator. He's a good scorer, but yeah, Tyrese has it over him. And then defensively, like I said, they're both not like great defenders, but Maxey has the length. Yeah, he's a willing defender. He has the length and speed, and more so than Garland. So I would probably still take Maxey, but I agree with Bez. I don't think it's like a blowout, but
yeah, I feel like Darius is more of a product of the team that he's on. Like I feel like with him being with Mobley and Allen, he performs better because of that. Mitchell taking off the load too, and then Kenny Atkinson putting them in the positions to like grow in what they're best at. Like Garland, his best attribute is a playmaker, and then him throwing lobs to taller people and then giving the ball to Donovan Mitchell and then getting open threes because of it, and the like them being wide open and them getting the shots that they usually get helps him score and be in better positions. Because I feel like if he was in Tyrese Maxey's position, there's no way he's averaging 27 or doing what Maxey's doing right now. They'd be a bottom team, and he'd be in trade conversations like he was last year, and he just wouldn't be producing the way Maxey is.
I don't think points wise, but I think his playmaking would be up. Like he'd average double-digit assists if he was in Maxey.
So guys, like their points responsible for.
I think it would probably be like a 9 assist dude. Double digits, it's hard.
All right, double digits is tough, but he's gonna hover around there. Like he's not gonna be like 6 assists,
Yeah, but then his points will probably be like 17, 18.
No, I think on his own 21.
Team. Actually, he's doing 20. He's doing 22 right now, but
more. Yeah.
Their team right now is like cooking, bro. I don't know. You think by himself?
I think they all share the rock, though. I think that's a product of why he ain't scoring more. I'm saying on a different team, he probably average the same amount with some more assists, just because that's his game.
Yeah,
he's a good scorer. Like he's not bad. It's just like I said, I don't
like 43% from 3 this year. Like he's having a career year from 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Like I just don't think that's what's obviously anyone could be like, oh, scoring more is always needed, but that's not his. At the end of the day, that's not his role. Like.
Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like Maxey just has more impact on any team in the NBA.
No, I mean I agree with you. Like we all agree that it's Maxey, but we're just debating the closeness,
how close it is,
the proximity of the like.
I mean, you got to give him his Darius Garland his respect for doing what he's doing.
Like year. I don't think if Garland was on the Sixers right now or Tyrese was on the Cavs, I don't think like either team would be doing much differently. That's how close I think it is.
Yeah, I think be doing different things. Would be doing the same, but I think Garland's stats would definitely not be as high.
That's mad. I mean, I agree. Like I said, we have to check the PRF.
Yeah,
gotta see what's really going on.
All right, how about Tyrese Maxey or De'Aaron Fox?
De'Aaron.
Yeah, I'm with Omari. De'Aaron Fox, the experience. I'll let him go on with that.
Defense too.
Yeah.
Experience, defense. Already averaged 30 before in his life. Better playmaker.
I think it depends, to be honest. Honestly, I think if I need a more of an off-ball player, I got to go with Maxey because the difference in that aspect is just too much. I think in a vacuum, I'm taking De'Aaron Fox. I think he's a better player, but it's like I also think it matters because De'Aaron Fox 100% needs the ball in his hand. That's why they traded Tyrese Halliburton because he couldn't play with him.
Yeah,
and that's kind of why they've been struggling with DeMar because they couldn't really figure that out at the beginning of the year. So I think like if I'm looking for a second guy, I'm gonna take Maxey, but in a vacuum, I think Fox is the better player.
That's true. I feel like Maxey is a better fit on the team. Like if you want to win a championship fit wise, Tyrese Maxey is your guy. But if you want like a playmaker or a person with the ball in his hands, is easily De'Aaron Fox. So
that's exactly how I feel. Yeah.
Depends on what you want. If you want a better player, it's Fox. If you want a better fit for your team, it's Maxey.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it.
All right, and the last one, y'all let me know. I know this guy's having a down year. Tyrese Maxey or Tyrese Halliburton?
Tyrese Maxey.
All right, yeah. I'm with y'all.
I feel like this year Max is getting tested. I feel like Max is getting tested for not having his players and seeing like if he can be a true one and carry his team or at least keep him afloat. And he's answered the test, answered the call. Him averaging 27, like I said earlier, I didn't think he can do it, and he's just showed with the week that he's had right now, like it's been unreal. And Tyrese Halliburton's taking a step back, like we said earlier this year. He's been figured out. He's been playing better for sure, but I feel like his bag is not as deep as Tyrese Maxey's, and Tyrese Maxey can contribute more on a team rather than Halliburton is. Like Halliburton's a one-hit wonder right now until proven otherwise.
Yeah, I'm like that's kind of how I feel. Like I was hyped. I like Tyrese and Halliburton last year. It was great. It was fun watching him. But this year it's just like whenever somebody has like a completely inexplicable you just start sucking. Like I'm like, it's not even an injury thing. It's not even your team stinks and there's shit going on. Like it's just like you just like forgot how to play or something like. So yeah, when I started noticing that, I was like, I need to see another good year before, like I said, I don't think of him as just like a one hit wonder, like a insanity run.
Yeah, I don't think I won't go that far, but I think we definitely overhyped him. Like we definitely overhyped Tyrese Halliburton to be this like 20-point per game insane playmaker. When there's like a lot of red flags with his scoring, the fact that like 80% of his buckets were all threes, like he just has no bag. And I know that's like a meme thing, but genuinely, he has no go-to move. Like if he's not shooting threes or getting to the rim, he has no type of game to cross someone over or get an open look outside of a step back three or a wide open layup. So it's just it's difficult when people know exactly what you want to do, on the offensive side at least.
They get all the film.
At the time, it wasn't like overhyped because he was actually doing his thing with the in-season tournament, like getting them all the way to how far they got.
Skipping
down. He was doing his thing for the first half of the season, so he got his earned respect. But then the fall off is like must be studied right now. That's how bad.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I'm like, how do you like?
Do y'all think he'll ever make another All-Star team, or you think this is it?
Like possible. Yeah.
Before he got traded to the Pacers, there was always like, oh yeah, he's him. Like he got traded for as a bonus for a reason, he actually has talent. And
I mean, he's not a bad player. I'm just saying, do you think he'll ever be All-Star level again, like 20?
Yeah, if he's in the East for sure. Like, he just has to get back in the lab. I think he'll figure it out.
He needs to be a higher seed, especially.
Yeah, I mean, right now, like Siakam only got it because of the seed, and
he's playing better than him this year.
He's their best player right now.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. If it was Tyrese last year with this record, you know what I mean? He's
he'd be in it.
He'd be in it.
Yeah. He'll figure it out. Maxey right now, though. I'm going Tyrese Maxey. It's on a year-to-year basis.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Because last year I'm taking Halliburton because it like that many assists and 22 points or whatever is like that like matters a lot, I guess, for the team. You know what I mean? Not even past the numbers.
I think he was a top 2, top 3 playmaker last year.
Yeah.
All right. Next thing I want to talk about, quick little thing. I just want to feel the temperature and your guys' gauge on this. So the Miami Heat recently made a change to their starting lineup. Now Bam's at the 4, and they're starting Khalil Ware full-time. This dude's been going crazy ever since they inserted him to the starting lineup, so much so that right now he's number 1 in Rookie of the Year odds. Do you guys think this will last? Do you guys think he can win? Just give me your thoughts about maybe the Rookie of the Year race or just him in general. I don't know, whatever you guys want to talk about. But he's currently at plus 190, leading the league in Rookie of the Year odds. So out of nowhere, too, this guy wasn't playing earlier in the year, and all of a sudden Eric Spoelstra said, wait, elite 7-footer that could shoot, let's throw him in the starting lineup. And they've actually been pretty good since they put him in there. So
he's slowed down the past couple games, but I don't think he'll win Rookie of the Year. I think he's getting he's hot.
Who's going to win it over him?
Yeah, all the McCain was a shoo-in until he got hurt.
Yeah, Castle's been playing pretty well. He's up and down, but depending on, I don't know how the season ends if they trade for Fox.
It's going to be a toss-up this year.
Yeah, depending on, but if Castle stays on the Spurs, he's my bet to win it. He's been playing pretty well.
I'm not gonna lie. I think he can do enough if he keeps this up for the rest of the year to win the Rookie of the Year. I think Castle has been playing better as of lately as well, but I think the way Khalil's been playing is like borderline all-star level. And we said, oh, this class is not gonna really have those type of players, and he looks most like that type of player. You know what I mean? He's shown the most all-star potential, I think, in his class.
Do you think he keeps it up though?
I don't think he's putting up 20 and 10 every game, but I can see a nice like 15 and 8 average for the rest of the year. Enough. I think that could be good enough. If Castle doesn't because Castle's been playing like 20s up like every other game lately. If he cools down or he doesn't take another step as well, I think the eyeballs on Khalil Ware probably get him the Rookie of the Year. And he has a cool nickname, the Kryptonian. If you know, you know.
Is that what they call him?
I don't know.
Yeah, Khalil. You know, if you know who Khalil is.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a sick name, honestly. I fuck with it.
That's fire. Just put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. Yes, Alex. So the odds right now are Khalil Ware #1, then Castle, then Alex Sarr, then Jalen Wells, and Zach Edey.
Sarr's like a usage merchant. Yes, he plays like a lot.
Yeah,
so they have 6 wins, brother. I'm sorry, you can't.
Even if Castle does get traded for De'Aaron Fox or something like that, I still think he'll cook up on Sacramento. He's a good player.
There's a lot of guards though.
No, you saying if he does get traded or doesn't?
Yeah, you might be right. If he does get traded to Sacramento, but he's a top pick.
If he does, he'll definitely cook up because he'll have all the opportunity there.
Yeah, but
so I mean, they'll still have Monk. They'll still have DeRozan,
Ellis too.
He'll be the primary point guard though. I think at that point,
he just takes Fox's minutes.
Because right now it's like him and like CP3's kind of taking over, and he lets Castle do it as a secondary guy.
He's the vet, true vet.
Yeah,
he's eating the young blood.
Yeah,
the young blood cook. Nah, I do hope Fox goes to the Spurs.
What'd you say?
Oh wait, you guys want to talk about that?
What?
We need to talk about the potential trade rumor.
Oh, De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah,
we could talk about that too. We talked about it last time. It's just we talked about where we want to see him go, but we didn't talk about that specific fact of potentially actually being traded.
We can keep it short.
Now that it's real, where do you think De'Aaron Fox will go?
To be honest, I don't even see him getting traded this year. I'm gonna be real honest with you.
Nah, they want to. I think they would trade him because they don't want him to walk.
He has one more year though. He has one more year after this season.
I guess they could trade him next year, but
that's the biggest reason though.
I think right now, because during the season you're just not going to get as good offers because teams kind of know what they are and they know what they're looking for in the off season. More suitors will be there because nobody's in the middle of a season. No one has standings. No one has an idea of what they are. So it's you're gonna have more people available or more players to trade for.
Because teams you can also say teams get desperate at the deadline and then overpay.
Yeah.
And also, if I'm the Spurs too, from the Spurs perspective, if I know this dude wants to come to my team, why am I trading anything for him? If I know that he basically said I'm not coming back here and I want to go to the Spurs, you got to think about that as well.
There's been circumstances in the past though where you trade him to another team and they're like, okay, I like my situation here. Let me just stay. Because Dame, I don't think he wanted to go. Milwaukee wasn't his first destination. You want to go to Miami, you get traded to Milwaukee, and you're like, all right, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was watching, all the shows and shit, and that's what Brian Windhorst was saying. He was like, a lot of people don't want to leave it up to that extra year because you never know. A year is a long time, pretty much. He said you don't know what can change in a year of being in somewhere else. Like Hassan said, they could just want to stay, but they were saying that for when it comes to Fox and why it's better to trade him now, or a reason why they think it's better to trade him now is that next year you have less leverage because he's already stated that he doesn't want to be there. So I'm if they know for a fact it's you got to give him up or you're letting him walk for nothing, then you get lower offers. You know what I mean? But right now, like Hassan said, with the deadline, with desperate teams or teams like the Spurs who have a lot of just hella assets, and can know that he wants to go there, has another year on his contract that, you know what I mean, they could, you know what I mean? So it's more flexible.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel right now for the Spurs, knowing that they want him, or that he wants to be there, I think that it's a good idea. But for anybody else, I don't see why I wouldn't want to bank that rental. I wouldn't want to bank in a rental.
Yeah, so my mentality is for example, a team I'm looking at right here that I think he would be a good fit on, but they wouldn't trade for him right now because of the cap situation, is the Timberwolves. I think he could be a perfect replacement there. You get rid of Julius Randle going into the offseason. If you don't sign him back, you can trade for De'Aaron Fox and not really worry about the money. But right now, like the Kings aren't trading Julius Randle for De'Aaron Fox, who Julius Randle's probably going to walk in the offseason. So it's like that's also why I said you kind of want to wait because other teams will have people leaving and free up cap space. But I also get what you're saying, Omari, is like you don't want to wait that extra time. And like the fact that he's on an expiring deal, it's like now they're going to trade even less for him. And like they know that he's looking at the Spurs. So especially if you trade for him next year, like during the year, it's even more of a reason that he's not going to stay. So I think it's just a double-edged sword. Like it's a hard thing to balance, but I see both perspectives, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
if
what
I'm
just
the
thinking
Spurs, like this is a shoo-in deal. Like I'm trying to make this happen as soon as possible. Getting a De'Aaron Fox in his prime, pairing him with Wemby, you have one of the fastest players in the NBA.
They have like 9 picks.
Threat, pick and roll threat. Like him playing with Sabonis gives him experience playing with a big that can play a pick and roll pretty well. The defensive aspect that Wemby brings, like this is the time you put in your chips forward and try to make that push.
And if I'm the Spurs, to be honest, like I'm sending a trade package, but I'm also telling him like, bro, I know your guy wants to come here, and like I'm gonna do you the courtesy of giving you something, but like don't try to push me and don't try to pull every asset out of me. Like I'm gonna give you like 2 or 3 picks, and maybe we get to keep Stephon Castle, but it's like if you're not gonna take this, all right, fine, you're gonna walk for nothing. So like I'm doing you a favor by even trading for him. That's the mentality I have if I'm the Spurs personally.
Yeah, you got the young players, you got the picks. Like it's just a matter of how much you want to give at that point.
Yeah.
You think Miami?
That's why I'm like, that's the reason I think the Spurs. It's a good idea for them to just do it because they have a bit of leverage right now. You know what I mean? Like, and granted, they may have more leverage next year, but like I said, you never know what could happen. So I think that just getting Fox to pair with Wemby and then start building that repertoire now while we still have Pop. You know what I mean? So
hopefully he comes back.
You know what I mean? You should probably just want to do it as best you can. I'm sure there's a lot that he would want to learn from him too. So
yeah, it's a perfect fit. Do you think Miami's an actual suitor with all this Jimmy Butler stuff going on, and then him trying to play with Bam?
I like the fit, but I just don't see that being realistic.
Teammates. Yeah. I don't think the Heat would. I don't think the Kings would want but Jimmy, honestly.
Yeah, what do they get? I mean, you have to give up
him
your
and
first
DeMar is disgusting. I'm sorry, like that's the nastiest spacing.
That would be hilarious to watch. The spacing
just all mid-range jumpers, like that's the
and Monk too. Like they all need the ball, kind of like
Sabonis, Jimmy, and DeRozan, bro. Going back to the 80s.
Right. Yeah.
Just take the 3-point line off the Kings court. They don't even need it.
Oh God.
It'd be nice to see him in Miami. Him and Tyler Hero with Bam, and then like you said, Khalil Ware hooping right now too.
Bro, they need like a legitimate point guard, bro. Like they have Tyler Hero running point, and he's kind of doing what he's doing an okay job, but like that'll just be beautiful fit.
Just give him all your firsts, Jimmy Butler and like Rozier or something.
Give him Jovic. Fuck it, they can have Jovic. Like we got Khalil Ware and Bam now. We're good.
Honestly, everybody's replaceable on that team besides Hero, Bam, and Ware at this point. Like.
Yeah, I agree. Everyone else can
go find somebody.
I would try to keep guys like Jovic. Honestly, like Hawkins can go. Respectfully, he hasn't been contributing as much this year. Like he can go.
He did last year. But yeah, I feel like those are the only 2 teams that can really make a push before the deadline. The deadline's next week, so we'll see then. But I feel like there's going to be definitely a lot of moves happening this deadline. It's going to be one of the better ones.
Yeah, I hope speaking of the deadline. I got a segment here. We're going to talk about some trades. Yeah. I haven't looked at this at all yet. It's a Bleacher Report article. And this is one new trade idea for every NBA team 1 week before the deadline. So we're going to go through this. We're going to look at these trades, and we're going to talk about like, is this a good trade? Do we think this will work? Yada, yada. I haven't looked at this at all either. I just saw the article. So I want us to see this together, all right?
All right.
Let's go down. Atlanta Hawks. So their trade is going to be they're getting Jakob Poeltl for Clint Capella, Kobe Buffkin, and 2 second-round picks.
Yeah, respectfully, that's not doing anything for their team. Just replacing mid with upper echelon mid. Like you're getting another centerpiece, and then him and Onyeka Okongwu are going back and forth again with minutes. Like, doesn't really push you to that next step.
Yeah, I mean, I think Poeltl's better than Capella, but again, like you said, it's not gonna change much. If he was younger, I'd be
it's like a lateral move.
If Pirtle was like 23, I'm like, hell yeah, brother. But
right, because you have something.
Yeah, Celtics. They can't do much. So let's be. Some of these are going to be some like little trades. Okay, Javonte Green for Jaden Springer and a third or a second.
Yeah,
who the fuck?
Javonte Green is good, but he's only going to give you like 5-10 minutes, and will even play in the playoffs too. Like,
I actually like that. They kind of could use like a Jay Crowder-esque type of physical guy, but yeah, he's probably gonna play like juice. 5 minutes, rack up 3 fouls, and that's it.
Keep him pushing there.
Right, they could use somebody like that, just like on the end of their bench in a playoff series, to throw out there for a couple minutes, just to like piss off the other team's players. Like, I'm not mad at that actually.
Give you some, like he's an energizer.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nets.
Brooklyn Nets. They receive. Okay, this is a Cam Johnson trade. So Memphis gets Cam Johnson, and Brooklyn receives Marcus Smart, Gigi Jackson, and a first-round pick.
I like that. You get another player that helps you play in the playoffs or have a chance in the playoffs, and then you move your championship aspirations higher than they were last year or than they were at the beginning of the season. You just need Ja to be healthy. You're not messing with it?
Nah, I need Cameron Johnson on the Lakers, so.
That ain't happening, bro. We already got DFS.
Yeah, I know.
When I saw the report that Sham said that De'Aaron Fox is not going to the Lakers, I'm like, duh. Like, there's no way you guys.
Oh, it's just because what's his name said that.
Who?
Stephen A. He was like, "Where do you want to see?" It was like a segment. Where do you want to see De'Aaron Fox?
Because I saw a report on Twitter. I'm like, bro, we don't need to know every team that the Lakers.
Literally, how would that even happen? Like that shit wouldn't even make sense.
It's like
everyone's getting eliminated.
Every single person who asked for
the Kings would have to let themselves get robbed for that to happen. Like straight up.
My list is the Spurs, the Rockets, no Lakers. Like.
Everybody just has to know the Lakers.
Gotta know every trade that he didn't say the Lakers.
The Lakers.
I mean, it's all right. I think that the Grizzlies, it helps the Grizzlies a lot. The Nets are just like I guess they get a first out of it. Marcus Smart is a decent bet these days.
Gigi Jackson was good at the end of last season. I like this as a long-term piece.
Yeah, Gigi Jackson's a good young player. So for the Nets, it's like it's cool. You know what I mean? They're rebuilding, so it's not like I don't think it's like, oh, they're back, but I think it's for the Grizzlies. It's definitely really good to get Cameron Johnson.
Cracks.
Yeah, and you don't really got to give up anybody that notable. Hornets. I'm sure this is some bullshit. Let's see. I'm just gonna skip past that one. We just gonna skip. All right.
Well, this is a good one.
Bulls. You guys. Okay, so Warriors get Vucevic. Chicago Bulls receive Kyle Anderson, Gary Payton, Gui Santos, and a first-round pick. I'll let you handle this, Hassan. Resident 100%. Warriors fan.
I feel like Vucevic is the best option available in the market. He has a team-friendly contract. He gives us more offense because we can't score for a lick, and he spaces the floor. So I feel like giving these assets up, plus a first-rounder with that team-friendly contract and the kind of path we're going with older players is perfect. Plus, we keep Kuminga too, so. I think this is a perfect trade, and they need to do it tomorrow. Please.
Yesterday.
I mean, I'm doing this honestly as both teams. If I'm the Bulls, if someone's giving me a first-round pick for Vucevic, I'm taking it because that's probably what you're gonna get for him. Like that's the best case scenario.
Yeah.
So just take that.
Gary Payton's solid.
You're not getting any real value young players back, but at least two of these guys, and I know Gui Santos has been playing for the Warriors lately because they've been so terrible, but. At least these other two guys are like NBA players. Like they're not like some no-name bums. So you get at least rotational guys that can finish the season out for you. I don't know what their contract situation is, but maybe you flip them next year or something. But
both on 1 year, I think. He is still on his rookie contract. The other two though are walking out the door.
Okay, well, expiring deals even better. You don't even have to worry about the money. All right, Cavaliers. They're gonna have some small ass trade. So they're getting Chris Boucher for Niang and a second-round pick.
I like Niang, what he gives for you from offensive standpoint. They really don't even need to do anything, honestly.
I'm like, this.
Well, honestly, I think they could use some help, but not at this position. I think they need another small forward, in my opinion. But
who?
They got all forwards.
I think a Cameron Johnson, like for them, that would be a really, really good trade.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Cam Johnson's one of those guys that will fit on any team and help them win.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I'm sure Bleacher Report is like actually doing their due diligence with salary cap, so probably they just can't afford to take on his contract. I'm not too sure, but I'm assuming that's why they have them getting this little last trade. I know that's for sure for the Celtics. They literally can't afford to bring anybody.
Do anything. Literally have like 5 max players on their team.
It's crazy.
Cheaters.
Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, Olynyk's not doing anything for you.
Yeah.
Then you have to trade Hardy too.
I'm not even giving up Kleber. Or
no, I'm giving Kleber up. I'm pretty sure he's out
Kleber
for the year.
Sucks. He doesn't even play anymore.
Yeah. He's not?
No, he's not good.
I mean, Olynyk's just whatever. This is just like a whatever trade. Like I don't think it would even help them.
It doesn't move it. It doesn't do anything. I mean, Olynyk's good enough to like when you like give you something in a home game in the playoffs. But
he's better than Kleber, but yeah, it's not going to do much for you, bro. All right. Denver Nuggets. Ooh, this is a spicy one. Okay.
Oh, damn.
So Denver Nuggets are getting DeAndre Hunter and Bogdanovich, and the Hawks receive MPJ, Zeke Naji, and a first-round pick swap.
This is great for the Nuggets if they can figure this out.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean,
they can
obviously give a first-rounder, but Hunter's probably favorited for 6th man of the year. I think he's averaging like over 20 off the bench. Bogey, he's not what he used to be, but he's coming off of injury. Give us some time and you play with Jokic, you're gonna
Serbian connection.
Yep, that Serbian connection. So MPJ is just he's a shooter. Obviously, he contributes to your team, but I feel like getting those 2 players helps you even more, especially in the position you're in right now.
Yeah, I fuck with it. I think it's definitely better for the Nuggets. I think the Hawks. I mean, getting MPJ would definitely still help the Hawks, but they have
and Trae Young and MPJ were high school teammates, so they team back up together too.
That's tight.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean they're pretty stacked on forwards, but MPJ would be one of the better forwards on the team. So I think that it would be good for them, but for the Nuggets it'd be amazing.
I actually like both the trade for both teams. I think, like I said, MPJ teaming back up with Trae Young. I think they could use a little more shooting in their lineup because Bogdanovich just hasn't been that for them. DeAndre Hunter is really on and off. So I think MPJ is like an upgrade over both of them in each respective area. And then for the Nuggets, you're basically getting 2 for the price of 1, which is exactly what they need in terms of depth. You get a guy like DeAndre Hunter, is not nearly as good of a shooter as MPJ, but he provides a little more defense. So, you kind of cancel that out. And then you have Bogdanovich coming off the bench, who would be a huge addition for them. And the Serbian connection with Jokic, I'm sure the fit would be really good. So I think it's good for both teams, honestly.
Yeah, good trade.
Pistons. Ooh, Brandon Ingram.
Ooh.
So this is Brandon Ingram going to the Pistons. The Pelicans received Tim Hardaway, Isaiah Stewart, a 2025 second, and a 2027 second. Keep in mind, Ingram is gone after this season. The Pelicans ain't paying him, so this is the reason why there's no first-round picks involved. Because
they're going to trade him regardless this year, then, right?
Well, they could let him walk for nothing. You don't know. The Pelicans do dumb shit all the time. So
yeah. I mean, man, this should actually be a really good combo. Him and Cade cooking up.
And the Pistons would have to sign him to like a max too. Keep that in mind. Like that's part of the
which is fair. I mean, if he's playing on a team that is actually doing something, he's worth max money. So
yeah,
I've seen worse players get more money. Kyle Kuzma makes more than him. So I feel like if he's on the Pistons, he's definitely on the timeline for Cade Cunningham era and what they're building. Isaiah Stewart's not good enough to keep over Brandon Ingram. You have Jalen Duren down there. So I feel like giving away Hardaway too is pretty good because you have Beasley also in your roster. So you're definitely adding more than you're giving away. And it's definitely worth it for Brandon Ingram and the era that you're building up right now.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it'd be contenders, but I think they would move into
the right direction.
I mean, it's the East, so I think they go right into at least playoff contention, like top 6 seed. With the way they've been playing.
Yeah, I think they could use another score like BI. They're kind of lacking that. Like, after Cade, it's like Jaden Ivey, but he's been hurt and he's going to be out for a while.
He's out for the year, yeah.
Brandon Ingram also knows what role, like, what you're getting into. You're not the number one on that team, and you're just like additional help for Cade.
And then the value. I'm assuming the Detroit Pistons don't have like a ton of cap space committed to anyone crazy. Like they just signed Tobias and Malik, but those are like 1-2 year deals, so they can afford to sign Brandon Ingram to like a long-term extension. So the value's there. All right, back to the Warriors. I'm sure it's another Vucevic trade. This time, it's the same fucking trade. Why would they put the same trade twice? We're just gonna scroll past
just
that.
for the
They're
team.
serious.
The Rockets.
Josh Richardson, nigga, what
Sure, they can do it. Whatever. Go ahead. First, second round pick. Go ahead.
What team is he even on? He should be on who he played
for.
The
Heat.
I guess the Heat.
Still,
he's right here, brother.
Yeah. they don't play him.
He's gonna be the next. He's gonna be the next Hassan.
I don't even know why they need him. Their team's already deep as hell. Like, I mean, sure, he helps depth more, but it's like, why?
He doesn't even play.
The Lakers could use somebody like him, bro. Pull him up, bro.
He come here and start breaking out. He's that type.
Pacers.
Cam Johnson trade. Cam Johnson's probably going to be in a lot of these because it's probably going to get moved. So, Aaron Nesmith, Obi Toppin, a 28 first round pick, and then a 2030 swap for Cam Johnson.
That's a lot for Cam Johnson. I love Cam Johnson. That is quite a bit.
Like we said though, he's probably the best option right now to help a team win.
Yeah.
Besides BI, but I mean, Cam Johnson's a better fit on multiple teams, because of his shooting and stuff.
It's definitely a fit thing. But
I like this for the Pacers. Like, I would do this if I were them, but at the same time, like, I would try to protect these picks a little more because I don't think Cam Johnson's that good. Like, make it a lottery protected. You know what I mean? Don't make it top 5. Make it like, all right, if we miss the playoffs, we get the pick. Not.
I always kind of think about the KD trade for him because you gave up Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and 4 first-round picks for Kevin Durant. So basically, like, I mean, the Knicks gave up 5 for Mikal Bridges, and Cam Johnson
They got 9 picks. They're about to get 12 picks from this whole fucking KD trade, basically.
Yeah, insane. So, I mean, you're probably going to kind of think about getting the same amount of picks for him. But I don't think he's worth it, like you said. But if you can finesse 5 picks for Mikal and then 4 for Kevin Durant, so 9 in total, like you're probably gonna get something in return first round wise.
No, bro. Honestly, I think the market.
He's worth 1. He's just not worth 2. And I
think the market is kind of like shifting back. I think that year was just kind of like there was a lot of like the Gobert trade. Like for a couple years, it was kind of like a lot of.
Nah, but Mikal got 5 this offseason though.
That was this offseason.
How much did Dame get? Dame got like 3 also.
Yeah, Drew Holiday was added too.
Yeah, like 3 picks.
Yeah.
But I feel like shit is gonna go back to like being, you know what I mean, like a couple picks, like or like a pick, like you know what I mean, for like role players and stuff. Because there's no like
contract for another 2 years. They can be patient.
Yeah, and Mikal, like he was, like I said, you know how I felt about him, or I do feel about him, but 5 is still 5 is a lot for anybody. You know what I mean?
I don't think they were gonna trade him, but when the Knicks said, "Hey, we'll give you 5," they're like, "All right, say less."
Yeah,
like,
what are you gonna do? Yeah, I think that's kind of like one of those things. That's one of those things where someone just makes an offer that they can't refuse. You know what I mean? Like
exactly
because they can. But I don't think like Mikal's not worth 5 first round picks. You know what I mean? Like what did KD even get traded for? Like 4?
4, but they added Mikal and Cam, which is huge.
That is true. It is huge, but still like.
You get KD in his prime on a 4-year contract.
Well, no, of course I'm trading whatever for KD, but it's just like that's for KD though. You know what I mean? I guess that's more to the point. Like that's for KD, not for like Mikal. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, 5 picks is a lot for me for a top tier role player.
All right, Clippers. Jordan Clarkson to the Clippers. I forgot this fool was even on their freaking team. PJ Tucker, Bones Highland, and 2 second round picks.
Yeah,
I like it. Why not?
Perfect. Yeah, Jordan Clarkson.
I said why not?
He really should be traded this year too. Like, there's no reason for him to stay on the Jazz.
He's been on that team for like 4 years now. No.
Yeah, I mean they were, but last year was their first year being really, really bad, so I get it. But this year, there's just like 0 point for him to stay there.
Yeah, it's a perfect fit because you can just replace him with kind of like what KPJ does. He's a better scorer off the bench.
They could use some scoring too, especially in the nights Kawhi's just not there. Like he can literally win you a game on a given night just off like 30
Going
points.
back to LA too, so he knows what he's doing out here.
I'll probably see him out.
Speaking of LA, I can't believe this is the fucking trade these guys have. I didn't read this article, bro. I did not read this.
Yeah.
I don't even want to look at this trade package, bro.
Read that. It's gonna be like Rui 2 picks. It's gonna be Rui 2 picks.
No,
Austin
not
Reeves.
Reeves.
All right, skip.
No, we're not doing this.
Austin Reeves, Rui, and 2 first-round picks.
Take off AR, and then that's good.
De'Aaron Fox is definitely better than AR, but it's not worth us that much.
AR has like the best contract in the league. It's just like it doesn't make sense. We need depth, not star players. Like I'm tired of this star chasing. We need more quality players.
They should have put Walker Kessler or somebody like.
Dude, the fact that AR is on like this such a team friendly deal is like one of the big reasons we can fill our roster out with some decent players. Like so,
he's like
I love De'Aaron Fox,
but right, something crazy cheap because of him being undrafted. Just funny.
He didn't even have to do
just
that.
Because nigga came from nothing. He was like, nigga,
I thought that was the most he can get because if he went to the Spurs, it would have been like what 10 million more or something like that.
No, he could have got more from the Spurs. So how it works is basically there's a rule that the first 2 years of the contract. So you can sign a 4-year deal, obviously, right? If you're a free agent, the first 2 years, if you're undrafted, are like capped at like 15 mil or whatever, which is what he's on. But the next 2 years after that is uncapped, so you can make him as high as you want. So the Spurs. We're going to give him the 2 first years like we did 15 mil and the last 2 30. But he just chose to stay with us for the last 2 being 15 as well. So shout out to bro.
It makes more sense for his career too, right? He gets his role and he has more popularity on this team. And he's probably making it up more in endorsements or at least close to it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And he's a good player. Like we're going to
he's good.
Like he's our key player for our team. So he's getting the usage he deserves. Memphis, it's a little different. This is instead of Gigi, it's Santi Aldama. But I'm same thoughts. I don't have this change in opinion.
Yeah, same. We can skip that one.
All right, Miami Heat. I like this. I like the picture. Let's see what this trade package is. De'Aaron Fox. Oh, okay. So it's Jimmy Butler for De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Huerter, and a 2nd-round pick.
Oh, it's a 3-team though. Suns get Jimmy.
Oh, Suns get Jimmy. Okay, hold on. And then the Kings, okay, so the Heat get De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Huerter, a 2nd-round pick. Phoenix gets their guy, Jimmy. And the Kings get Bradley Beal, Jaime Jaquez, 1, 2, 3 first-round picks.
Oh, yeah, the unprotected that Phoenix traded for, I think.
They traded for like 3 the other day.
They get 1, 2, 3 first rounds. I'm liking this.
I think this is good for all 3 teams. I think the Suns get who they want. The Heat get the best package they possibly could for Jimmy, considering the situation. And the Kings, you are stuck with Bradley Beal, unfortunately, but you get all the picks that you wanted. Like you get you get 3 unprotected picks, which is probably the most you'll get. Jaime Jaquez still has some value. So besides the Bradley Beal thing, I think this is good for all 3 teams.
Same, exactly. You maximize value with the situations that you have.
Well, I don't think they're finna. I mean, obviously, this is not like it's not real, but it's just like Beal still has so much long on his contract. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's
the big issue here.
It's 2 more years.
But that's the real only issue here, honestly, is like the Beal.
If you trade Fox, aren't you just going to rebuild the whole roster? That's the plan.
You could let Beal's contract fizzle out on the team, like
and you trade Sabonis and DeRozan. People will take them.
Yeah, they might have to go in the rebuild. It's just crazy that they had one. They finally got their first playoff, and they're about to go back in the rebuild. Like,
they fired the coach after him doing good. Like, the organization is not competent.
They do good after they fired the coach, though.
Yep, incompetent team.
Yeah.
I think the ownership is a big issue because, I mean, we've seen it from their drafts to just the way they manage shit. Like,
it's not good.
But yeah, I think this is good for all. If this actually happens, I think that would be good for the league.
Yeah.
Milwaukee, Zach LaVine. Okay. I did hear that they're interested in Zach LaVine. I did hear this rumor for Chris Middleton, I'm assuming. Right? Yes, Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis. All right, this is too much for Zach LaVine. I'm sorry.
Right? Yeah, too steep.
I like this without the first. Like without the first, it's a good, like just give him the second.
So Chris Middleton's like washed, kind of. Bobby Portis
back to the Bulls.
Yeah, it's funny. He's going back to Chicago.
Yeah, back to the. But I feel like if they're back on those 2 teams, if they're back on Chicago, they'll play better because of like the way they play basketball situation. You don't have Giannis taking every shot. Giannis and Dame taking every shot. So
I do think Zach LaVine would fit good on the Bucks though, because I think, like you said, Middleton just not what he used to be. I think Zach LaVine just an upgrade over him on every aspect offensively, defensively. Even if you can get him to buy in, he's more athletic and capable if he's actually locked in. So I think the first round pick's a bit too much considering this dude's making 47 mil and he's not worth that. But I guess
2031 first round pick though.
That's what I'm saying. Like a 20, who knows if what Giannis will be in 2031. Like I ain't giving up.
Oh yeah, true.
2031 first. Like maybe if it's like heavily protected, okay. But for a guy who's making a ton of money, and we got to give up 2 players just to meet his contract and the pick, it's a bit much. I do like the idea though. It's just I don't like the exact trade.
I feel like Chris Middleton is going to get shipped though, regardless. So I feel like Milwaukee's right there. And they have the assets to get another piece to make another push. So I feel like Giannis is in his prime right now. Like what he's doing the past 2 years, if he stays healthy, like in a playoff scenario, it's going to be damn near impossible to stop him by himself. And if Dame shows up, they're going to be real trouble. So if you can get one more player to help them, they can make that push.
Yeah, I've even seen like a report like Bradley Beal there. They're just trying to move Middleton, I've heard. So I could see that happening. Timberwolves, small little trade. Again, they can't afford anything because they literally already made their big trade in the offseason.
If you don't trade Randall, I don't care. Nothing's going to help you guys.
They already got rid of their money. So what is this? Pelicans? Is this the same thing? No, this is Toronto Raptors going Brandon Ingram.
Nah.
For Olynyk, Bruce Brown, and 2 seconds.
Kind of hurts what RJ Barrett's doing right now.
Now BI's better though. I'm taking him.
Yeah,
I just don't think this makes sense for either team, honestly. Like, well, actually, it makes sense for the Pelicans because they got to get rid of him. But I don't like BI in Toronto. It's just they're way too far away for him to be on the team. Like, he needs to be on a team that's like a year away or like there already, not a team that's like multiple years away, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, fit would be weird too with everybody.
The Knicks, Valanciunas for Mitchell Robinson in 2 seconds.
I like that. I mean, Mitch hasn't played all year. I don't know if you really want to see what you have in it with him, but you're gonna have to wait until you're gonna have to ramp him up to be able to play again. And Valanciunas right now is already good off the bench, as you can see. Like he'll give you energy in spurts and minutes. The Knicks are contending for a championship, and I feel like Valanciunas right now helps them do that.
I think if you can get him with keeping Mitch, because I think what they're missing at that center spot is defense. And like for a fact, Jonas ain't bringing it, but like if Mitch can get back to where he was, he can bring it. So I think
that's true.
It's just the coaches and the training staff probably know best. If this dude's cooked, I'm doing this, but I don't know where he is in his recovery and stuff. I think it all depends on that, in my opinion.
Yeah, Tibbs doesn't play anybody who doesn't play any defense either, so Valanciunas might be cooked.
Yeah. If they can get him for like some bum like G leaguer without giving up Mitch and just have both of them, that would be good. But
yeah.
I remember last year they traded for Bogey at the deadline, and that didn't do anything for them.
Did they really? Was he on their team?
Yeah, for like 15 games, and then I think he got traded to the Nets in the Mikel deal, and he hasn't played.
The fact that I don't even know that shows you how terrible he was.
I just came up to him because he was on my fantasy team, so I remember him playing on the Knicks last year.
That's crazy. I don't remember that at all. Wow. Yeah. Thunder get Colin Sexton. I like this for Isaiah Joe, Ousmane Dieng, and one of their infinity first round picks.
2025 first at that.
To be honest, they don't even got to give up a first, but they can afford to. So
yeah,
I do like Colin Sexton on their team.
I
do too, but I think them bringing Colin Sexton with that scoring punch off the bench is a big upgrade. Like now you got him off the bench with Jay Will, with Shea, with Chet. Like I think it's a huge upgrade to the bench unit in particular.
I like it. He gives you good energy too.
Yeah. Isaiah Joe's been good for them though, so I wouldn't like to break him up, but I do think
it's a good shooter too. Isaiah Joe spaces the floor.
Yeah, one of the best in the league.
The Magic, De'Aaron Fox. Ooh, that's another destination that we didn't even talk about them, but I do like him on this team.
That would
So
be
the trade package would be 2 firsts, a second, John Isaac, and Anthony Black, which I think is a pretty fair package, honestly.
I think that's a pretty even trade.
So do you start him with Suggs and you just have Suggs play the 2?
Yeah, you got that for the defense, and then you got Paolo Franz and Gober Wendell.
That takes him to the next level.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I like this for the Magic more so, but even for the Kings, I think it's a fair value at least.
I feel like wherever Fox goes, it will be a good situation for him.
Defense too.
Yeah.
If they can keep John Isaac, though, I'm trying to keep John Isaac. He's just so good defensively. Like, if you can figure out a way to keep him.
Man. He never plays.
When he does play, though, he's literally locking up Giannis and shit.
Like Zion. If man.
Yeah. Hypothetical man.
Defensive Zion.
Yeah, anywhere Fox goes will be good for him this year. Good time to ask out.
All right, Sixers. Jimmy.
Oh, brother.
Sixers. This might be disgusting.
God, no.
Yeah.
Who do you think this is for?
I see Jared McCain in the picture, but there's no way
PG.
Let's see. It is for PG.
Yeah, it has to be PG.
They're not taking the Heat will never in their life.
No way. On a 4-year, $250 million.
Yeah, nah.
That closer to them niggas is not.
And you got to give up. Well, you're getting a first-round pick with him actually. So, but that's still not worth it in my opinion.
Yeah.
It looks, and that's a major L for the Sixers. Sign him for that much money and trade him.
This is like if you
with a pick, you just give up a pick too on top of it.
L too.
Yeah.
And what Jimmy bad trade? They shouldn't even have written this one. It's bad for both of them.
It's like both teams are like, we fucked up and we're just gonna just try to make amends.
Like we have to. Yeah, this is literally the last offer on the table, and it's the only one.
It's like one too many podcast P episodes, and this will happen.
He actually might have more podcasts this year than play games.
I wouldn't doubt it. Suns is the 3-teamer. We already saw this. I'm not gonna go over it again. It's kind of fucking lazy, isn't it? Bleacher Report. Y'all got to come up with something. Trailblazers. Oh, brother, this guy's getting sent to rot for the rest of the season.
The Malcolm Brogdon deal.
Chris Middleton and a first-round pick for Jeremy Grant.
Oh, hell no. I'm not trading a first for Jeremy Grant this stage.
I like straight up. If you give me some seconds, I'm doing this. I think Jeremy Grant's a better fit than Chris Middleton, but I ain't giving a fucking 2031 first-round pick.
Jeremy Grant, nah, bro.
If it's a second, sure.
LeBron?
Is that 2031?
No, these are just tripping.
They're not that desperate.
Jeremy Grant don't even like basketball.
For real. He's there for the check.
He's like anime more, for real.
Yeah.
Sacramento Kings. Oh, Houston Rockets. Fred VanVleet, Reed Shepherd, and a 2028 first for De'Aaron Fox.
That's not bad. You're already winning right now. Fox is better than VanVleet, and that's all you really give up because Shepard's not even playing for your team right now. And you just give up one.
He will be nice though. I think he is going to be nice, but he's getting no.
Dude, that team is so deep right now, and then the growth of Amon Thompson and what he brings to you, there's no way you beat him in rotation. He'd have to come off the bench for you.
He'd have to wait till Fred leaves in free agency to get any sort of PT,
and it's not worth it.
I think he's really good.
Yeah, I think it's not even worth it because Fox, you just basically replace Fox with VanVleet, and you're in championship talks right now, or you're at least you're in the talks. So
I think it's good for both teams. Maybe I try to finesse another first out of this, but I like the deal as a whole.
Yeah, same.
Because Fred only got 1 year or 1 year or 2 years left, and I know he had a big deal, but he signed a short-term one.
Yeah,
so
options, and then Reed Shepherd, he's definitely worth it for just the Kings to have. He's a good player.
We saw the potential.
Yeah.
I actually think him on the Rockets and Magic, I would like that more than him on the Spurs because they're ready to win now.
Yeah.
Orlando
probably is the best option. I feel like after seeing the trade.
I liked seeing that too. That was good. Spurs, we already know.
Yeah.
Fox for Chris Paul, Jeremy Sohan, Zach Collins, and 2 first-round picks.
Shoot, if I'm the Spurs, I'll take that. But if I'm the Kings, probably not. I don't. Why would I want Chris Paul on my team?
You have to have him, I think. Oh, actually, no, you don't. I don't think he's making the money.
He's on a
anymore.
1-year deal, but he's not
Yeah,
getting much of money. Like he's getting like 11 million or something. So
well, you need Zach Collins. You need Zach Collins for the money.
Oh, for the contract.
Yeah.
And
you
only
can use Chris Paul's magic to elevate the Kings.
Dude, if I'm the Spurs, I'm not trying to trade like Chris Paul either, because like if we are gonna trade for De'Aaron Fox,
he's a good vet.
Yeah, I want him on the team.
Plus, those two picks are mad protected. Top 3 pick 2025. That probably won't happen for Atlanta.
Be honest, I'd rather give him Keldon Johnson, respectfully. Like I like Keldon, but he's like I'd rather give him Keldon Johnson.
You can probably take off too. You can take off some stuff too.
No, I think Vassell's kind of nice, but Keldon,
you give it away. I'm willing to give him up though.
Yeah,
I'd give him up for.
If I'm giving a Vassell, I just don't need to throw in 2 firsts either. You know, probably just 1.
Yeah.
It's a good package, and the Kings again. Like if you know this dude wants to leave, I think all of the ones we've shown are like pretty fair. You know, for De'Aaron Fox.
Plus, after seeing these deals, I feel like Fox is definitely gonna get traded at the deadline because a lot of teams can like give up good amount for him.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the Magic one, like now that I've seen it, I'm like, now I want to see him on a Magic uniform. Like that just seems perfect. They can really compete with the Knicks and shit, I think.
Yeah, honestly.
Maybe not this year, but they need the experience this year to be. Maybe this year.
Their defense is already elite, and then you have Paulo, easily a superstar. De'Aaron Fox, all-star superstar level. Bronze, you guys believe? I'm starting to believe he's good too. Like even if he's not a 25 point per game average, in my opinion, 22 is still good enough. 17 to 22 with that team, they'll be cooking. Sure, they can upset somebody.
Shit, Franz might be averaging more than Paolo right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, that team is legit.
Okay.
Moses.
Are you doing this, brother? Are you doing this for Kelly Olynyk?
Hell no. What is Kelly Olynyk going to provide for my roster? I'd rather keep Moses Moody.
Hey, Dario Saric didn't work. You get another try here. No, y'all got Quentin Post, bro. Y'all got Quentin Post.
I feel like they're both better than Kelly Olynyk. What's Kelly Olynyk going to give to me as a Warriors fan?
Why this whole article is overrating Kelly Olynyk? Who do they think he is?
Yeah, I'm like, bro.
He decent, but
who's looking for this nigga?
He's not going to help the team win games like that over those.
This guy, though, he needs to be traded, bro. He's not going to play on the
Warriors. He'd shine on the Raptors, though. He'd get a lot of PT, and he'd be better.
I bet you Olynyk's not even going to get traded. They're just going to keep that in.
I seen it's not going to be in this article, I don't think, but I seen a 3-team trade where the Warriors get Jimmy and the Raptors get Andrew Wiggins. Like it was like a 3-team trade with that. Which that one would be decent.
I heard that they have they're like not expectations, but they're back talking about getting Butler. And obviously you'd have to trade Wiggins, which is fine, but I mean I don't know anymore at this point. Do what you like, Warriors.
I would say it's looking more likely than the Suns because it's like that whole Beal situation just makes it like so much harder.
Yeah, Beal can just say no and it's over.
Yeah,
you got to convince him to actually want to do the trade.
I don't think they will. I think no matter what, they could say, Beal, we're sending you to the number 1 seed Cavs. He'll probably say no just out of spite. Like I feel like that's where we've gotten to.
Yeah.
Then it become like the Jimmy Butler situation. Like you just bench him.
Play.
I mean, he's already benched, but you just don't play him.
They ain't benching 50 mil, bro. Well,
man, they're not playing.
Right. They're not bad.
They're not DNPing 50 mil.
Yeah, they're not DNPing 50 mil. That's insane. You just look dumb as an organization doing that.
Yeah,
like at least Jimmy giving him a reason to suspend him. You know, I don't think.
He's not showing up to practice, which is kind of stupid. Like the indefinite. The Jimmy situation, like him being not playing and just losing out on millions of dollars, like come on, man, he should get a slap in the face. People will die to be in his position.
Bro's making jokes out here at the coffee shop. I'm unemployed. I can't pay for this.
That's corny to me. Like, just sit on the bench, get paid 15 or like not 15, but I don't know how much millions he makes a game, but he's making millions a game. He doesn't have to play, and he'll make millions a game. He wants a meme on the internet and say, "Oh, I can't afford coffee. I'm out of a job, guys." Like. It's stupid to me. Just sit on the bench and get paid. At least you're never gonna make this type of money again in your life.
He's like, it's not about the money; it's the statement.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not about the money. But
playing the NBA.
I think. Well, I mean, I don't know.
It's corny.
The first ones, like I know that he was doing like dumb shit during the games and stuff, but the team flight thing, they just suspended it for no reason. So I feel like that was the
No
Heat
reason.
being
He
like,
showed up late, didn't he?
no, he just said bro. They said like it's not the first time, not nearly the first time he's flown by himself to an away game. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, but yeah, obviously you got to take the situation into context of what's happening now. Like you're not gonna
yeah,
have the
he
same
said
leeway as you
like
were in the finals after 40. Like,
it seems like he informed him about it, but
oh,
like so it's just like it's just extra. I feel like that was extra. And then on one hand, it's like you shouldn't walk out of practice because you're not starting. But nigga, Hayward, like Highsmith, nigga,
obviously you know what the situation
Bro,
is.
I
Like,
guarantee you they did that on
like
purpose
nigga,
to
I know,
hope that
like
he
nigga,
walked
averages
out of
like 30
practice. He's like,
points.
let's see if
Yeah,
Jimmy gets pissed off so we
yeah,
have a reason to suspend
like
him.
nigga, averages
they're
30
reading him
points.
like
I'd
a
be
book.
like, bro, are you serious? Like,
Hayward Highsmith
it's not
starting
even like
over.
it's like a nigga on the bench who's like cooking. Like he's
Bro,
like,
Jimmy
oh,
should have
I
got Jimmy should have got like Pelé Larson and them third stringers and cooked the starters
started
after
on
that
him,
shit
yeah.
happened.
He's like, all right, but I guess I gotta remind you.
Still, there's no reason for you to forfeit millions of dollars. Like just to stand on pride, like stand on
I don't think
business.
he expected them to suspend him indefinitely.
He is
after
standing
walking
on
out,
business.
but
That's exactly what he's
yeah,
doing.
Yeah, no, you
that's
stand on
yeah.
business, but I'm saying it's not worth it.
Yeah,
It's really
like I
not.
said, the money doesn't mean much to him. Like at this point in his career,
He
But it
wants
should
out.
though. Is my point.
he
Like
wants out. Yeah,
the
like
reason
he'll
why you want
probably
out in
get
the
traded.
first place is because you're not getting paid that money, and this is gonna hurt your like future contracts. You're not gonna make this much money again in your career, in my opinion.
You know, it's funny. Bro would have been gone, but he said, "I'm going anywhere but Memphis." So they ain't trading him there.
Yeah, that too. He's making it difficult for himself.
I mean, that's 28
They're both.
teams.
It's both a lose-lose situation. But just to
28 teams to
forfeit
choose from.
millions is like unfathomable to me.
He want to
I
go
don't
to
know anybody
28
else who's
teams,
doing
but
that.
like, how many of them can trade for him? Like 10 of them. So it's like,
Yeah, I think the Warriors will end up with him because they're the only ones with interest that could actually.
dude, the thing with the Warriors is like they literally like are so stingy with their assets. They could have made so many trades by this point in the year. Like,
yeah,
they don't know what they want to do. But
yeah,
like literally, name another NBA player that's doing what Jimmy Butler is doing.
Nobody does this.
No, Harden's not doing that.
No, at least Harden waits till the off season. Like, damn.
Yeah,
like he'll fake an injury. Like he won't do too much for the cameras. Harden doesn't do too much for the cameras. He'll do it like off camera.
Daryl Morey is a liar.
Yeah, the Daryl Morey is a liar. I'm not playing for him again. And he'll wait though. He's timely. Jimmy Butler does it off of emotion. It feels like to me.
No, for sure.
Which is just dumb.
Just randomly one day, I don't want to play today, or I don't want to play for this team. Yeah, so I'm out.
You gotta just be smarter.
All right, we got 2 more trades in this article, and then like 2 more things. All right, Utah Jazz. John Collins going to the. This doesn't help anyone. I mean, I don't mind this trade, but it doesn't help anyone. Kevin Hunter, Trey Lyles for John Collins.
Oh shit, I forgot Trey Lyles is still around.
I do think John Collins should get traded. Like low key, he's another guy in the Jazz that could be used on another team. Like he's been kind of just. Like after the Hawks, he's been doing whatever there. He's been solid. He's had a few moments, but good season. But it's just he needs to go to a contender too. I wouldn't mind seeing him on a Mavericks team or something like that. Nuggets, something like that.
Yeah. Lakers.
We could use him.
He won't play center though.
Force him to play the 5. Is force him.
Small ball 5. All right,
Wizards. I still think Valanciunas would be good on your guys' team.
Speaking of Valanciunas,
okay, but
you go to the other LA team, which I don't think will be bad, to the Clippers for Cam Christie and PJ Tucker and a 2nd round pick.
Nigga, I'll take that.
That's basically free.
The hell?
Take some free Valanciunas.
That's a free Valanciunas.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess Valanciunas is just a bench player at this point in his career.
He is.
According to Bleacher Report.
He comes off the bench for the Wizards, damn it.
Yeah, but that's different because you want your 2nd pick to play. Makes more sense. But he's good enough to still start in the NBA, in my opinion.
He's a liability on defense, so I think it depends.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing I wanted to talk about, and then if y'all have anything y'all could bring up.
Nah, I'm gonna save the All-Star one for when the All-Star weekend happens. I think that's a better moment.
Yeah, that's a good idea. The Warriors are retiring Andre Iguodala's jersey, number 9, going in the rafters forever. You could talk about that a little bit, Hassan, but I also wanted to get your thoughts on what do you guys think are the requirements for a jersey retirement? Is you have to get certain accomplishments? Is it fan love? Is it like championships? Like, what do you guys think? Because like Udonis Haslem got his jersey retired, but he was with the team for 21 years, so it makes sense, you know. Like, what do you guys think is a requirement to get your jersey retired? And Hassan, if you want to talk about Iggy's impact on y'all team and all that, you can go ahead too.
First off, shout out to Iguodala. Definitely deserves his jersey to be retired for the Golden State Warriors. Helped them win 3 championships in every 3 phases. 2015 was a key incremental part, being a 6-man, and even when KD came, helping the integration there, being a great teammate, winning Finals MVP over Stephen Curry, which is a huge moment in his career. And one of the reasons why he solidified in getting a jersey retirement, or even to the last run, 2022, being the vet, coming back to the team, knowing his role, helping Andrew Wiggins, having one of the best memes.
We know the clip.
Best gifts with Andrew Wiggins. And I honestly truly don't think we win that championship without Iguodala's guidance to Andrew Wiggins and actually unlocking him and being a better player, because we've never seen Andrew Wiggins that good ever in his career. And
true.
Right now, he's not even as good without Iggy being there. I think he had a different level, and he was the second best player in the finals that year. And so without Iggy's guidance, he wouldn't be there. So I feel like Iggy was very professional on the team and definitely deserves his jersey to be retired. I can segue into that being one of the reasons why players get their jerseys retired. Is the relationship that you have with a franchise. See Paul George complaining about him not getting tribute videos on the Indiana Pacers.
Niggas die or something?
Who cares?
YouTube it, bro. I'm sure you got Indiana Pacers mix, bro. Put on fucking the big
too. Nigga, you've been on 3 different teams.
Yeah, I feel like relationships with the rosters really plays a part with that, or with ownership. I feel like if you spend your time there, you have some level of impact, whether it's all-stars or championship run. Like Kyle Lowry's definitely gonna get his jersey retired with the Toronto Raptors. Longevity, like Udonis has him.
Vince Carter just got his jersey retired by 2 teams.
Vince Carter did, yeah. And I feel like if you have a role on the team and have a great relationship with their front office, you'll get your jersey retired. Like a huge impact, huge role. But
I mainly agree with Hassan. It's like a status and relationship. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a combination. It's like, I guess the Hall of Fame still needs stats and stuff and accolades, but yeah, I feel like it's a combination. You can get it with stats. You know what I mean? You can get it with, like, if you win chips there, he was only there for like a few years. You know what I mean? Obviously, he was a part of a dynasty, so.
Yeah. But I think, I was about to say, Ilgauskas has his jersey retired for the Cavs. If you do enough, get one.
I think it depends on the team too, because if you're a Laker, we can't just be retiring anybody's jersey. We already have half our numbers taken, so you have to wear 2.7 on the court or something
Yeah, there's no way you can get it. But I mean,
for us, we got to win rings and stuff. But for us, dude, and the reason I asked this also is because a team like the Miami Heat have retired Michael Jordan's jersey, who has never played a second for that team. Did he even show up to that? You think he showed up to that, to the retirement, or he's like, "What the fuck am I gonna be doing?"
He's a go. That's what he did for the league.
No, that is dick eating, bro. That's straight dick eating. He didn't even play for the team.
Greatness. That's greatness right there.
Dude, that's crazy. The whole league should just the Raptors should retire LeBron's jersey.
They should.
They should.
LeBron. They should have a LeBronto jersey or LeBronto fucking.
I don't even like. That's one of the things you tell your kids about how good LeBron was. You shut down.
Literally, dude, I gotta show them the 2018 run, dude. When my kid for their 10th birthday, I'm gonna show them the 2018 run.
He's like, do you know what LeBron did?
It's coming of age right here. It's coming of age. It's time to see this.
I still don't
have it locked in a box. I'm gonna have a tape locked in a fucking box, open when the dude's 10 years old.
I still don't even believe the 1-footer he did the game winner.
Oh my god!
The
one. Niggas,
I would have thought of, man.
Oh my god!
You know how you have those unexpected edits where you have players talking about other players and they show highlights or LeBron highlights or the one I sent you, the Lammer one and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they had one of Norman Powell talking about the Raptors, and PG was like, "Why didn't you guys win with the Raptors team, or why don't you guys go all the way?" He's like, LeBron James, and then they just show LeBron's highlights.
That's the best ones. Dude, I saw the funniest fucking sports take here. You wanna throw it on the thing real fast? I'm gonna send it to you, baby.
But do you think LeBron gets all three of his jerseys retired, right? Cleveland, Miami, and LA. You think LA retires?
LA too.
Probably LA. I'm gonna say probably because he got like all the records with us, all-time scoring, 40K, stuff like that.
He'll definitely retire. Like
one chip, too. Bubble chip.
Hey man, it's chip.
Did he spend the most time in LA now, or I think I read a stat about that.
He's tied with Cavs right now. Well, technically, he has spent more time in LA, but he was with the Cavs twice, so like it's tied. You know, in that.
This is his longest like 10-year
without leaving a team.
Yeah,
on one team.
MJ could never.
Facts. It sucks.
He'd be the first person. Oh, Kevin Durant might get his jersey retired.
By what team?
Golden State, 100%. Oklahoma.
That's it.
You never know. Phoenix, maybe.
He'd have to win something. Ain't no damn way.
Yeah.
Depends on how long, like you said, connections and how long you've been there.
If he spends like 4 more years there, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise, I don't see it.
I mean,
Harden with the Rockets for sure.
Rockets.
I think that's the only team that would retire him, though. Personally.
Yeah. No need for anywhere else to have his jersey up in the rafters.
What the hell?
I mean, all these guys are Hall of Famers anyway. I'm sure they're content with being in the Hall.
Yes, it says Facebook. Did you link from Facebook?
I got linked the message itself. Like,
I was gonna ask. Do you think Blake Griffin gets his jersey retired with the Clippers?
See, that's a good question.
I feel like Kawhi has a higher chance of getting his retired.
I'll show. Let me show this thing that Omari sent real quick.
Oh, did it go? Okay.
Yeah, I see it.
Well, I was gonna share it, but yeah.
Looking kid, looked like haven't ever seen a weight room. Ran a 5.2 something, one of the slowest quarterbacks in the combine. Does he wow you throwing the ball? He had just an okay arm.
This skinny beanpole of a young man walked over to me and said, "Hi, Mr. Kraft. I want to introduce myself. I'm Tom Brady." And he looked me like a laser, eye to eye, and he said, "I'm the best decision this organization has ever made."
That's crazy. Yo, who changed the channel?
Oh my god, dude.
That's how I feel right now.
Oh, I'm dead. I did not expect that.
Oh my god, I just sent this shit to Anthony, bro. This shit was hilarious.
So bad.
Mind control. That's a dope superpower, but like, someone like me,
I'm so bad.
can't give me
Oh my god, dude. That was one of the funniest things I've seen.
And then the music too.
God, like you just got trolled. Oh my god, dude, that's how me cry, man. Oh man.
Oh man.
The fire edits, man. Fire edits.
No, send that to my phone.
It's in the chat. I said it earlier. It's the scroll up.
That was funny.
It's not that many messages. Jesus Christ.
Bro, some of these like throwback, hold on. Like some of these throwback videos are actually hilarious, bro.
That was funny.
I don't have to say nothing, but you already know what this is.
Solid small forward, like Paul George. As your shooting guard, have a versatile Paul George type. At power forward, let's go Paul George. At center and point, without a question, Paul George. Talk about team chemistry.
I rock like pebble, jump in your sheet. You hear this beat? Coming like heavy metal.
Man.
Dude, bro.
Okay, see Paul George, bro. That was special.
Yeah, that was a good year.
That was special.
That whole that was 2018 too, right?
Yeah, 2018 was a crazy year.
That was a good year. And the Dame shot, it's a bad shot.
Oh god, he did all that to get sent home by Dame.
Cancun was the origins of Cancun was 2020. Now you just hear it everywhere. Hot Bev made the trend of Cancun.
Oh man.
All right. Oh, what was I saying? Yeah. Back to Blake Griffin. You think he gets his jersey retired or?
I don't know.
He should.
He should.
DeAndre Jordan should get his jersey retired.
Oh, DeAndre maybe, yeah.
I feel like Blake 100%. I feel like DeAndre is like a question mark though.
Blake, I mean, him and I think Steve Ballmer don't have a good relationship. I remember he didn't like dap him up after he got traded to the Pistons.
He gonna be like, bro, go to the Staples Center, bro. You played in that old arena. You wasn't here in the Intuit. We ain't putting your shit up.
I feel like Kawhi has a higher chance just because he's been there for so long, even though he's not accomplished anything.
Honestly, like that would just feel disrespectful. You retire Kawhi, but not Blake.
Honestly. Yeah, cool. Because Kawhi doesn't even play; he just gets hurt in the playoffs every year. But he did take you to your first conference finals.
Honestly, that was Paul George. Like, respectfully, that was all Paul George. Like, he got hurt that year. So
peak PG, yeah.
Yeah,
that's tough. I don't know. They should, but we'll see. We'll see.
A team like the Clippers. A team like the Clippers that don't have history like that should retire Blake Griffin. But like, if he was on the Lakers, it wouldn't make 100%
No, he shouldn't. They wouldn't. They don't do it. It's like retiring.
Dude, the Celtics too, bro. They got like every 30 number. Like, you can't even wear the number 30. Whatever. Like, just
Jaylen Brown and Tatum will get retired now. They will get retired.
Yeah,
kind of crazy.
They're really not gonna have no numbers.
Jaylen Brown's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
Derek White and Porzingis might too if they win a couple more rings. Like, if they got a
dynasty. Like if they're role players in that upper echelon type of organization, you only like the stars. Yeah.
Hey man, I don't know. Iggy just got retired. Respectfully, he a role player too. You know.
But I mean, like the Warriors were nothing before Curry, so it's gonna be that whole dynasty's gonna get retired.
I guess.
KD will be in the rafters. KD, Steph, Iggy, Steph, Dre, and Clay.
So if you're the first team, like let's say you win like a couple championships in a row, if you're the first team for that franchise, should you get like preferential treatment? Because like the Lakers, I'm sure their first three-peat, like all those role players probably got retired, you know?
Yeah, didn't like Cooper get retired?
Yeah, like Michael Cooper's retired. Like respectfully, he's a good player, but he was never like on the same level.
Kobe, Shaq, Wilt, not that goat tier. Yeah, that's probably why he got retired too, because he was with the firsts, which is fair. I mean, like you put the building blocks for that organization to be what it is. So,
like let's say the Nuggets win another ring this year. Would you retire? Like Jokic is retiring regardless. 100%. Like, are you retiring Jamal Murray's jersey if they win another ring?
You are. 100%. They might do it anyway.
You might not ever get to that peak again. So Jamal Murray will be retired.
I think if they just win the one ring, I don't think they're retiring his jersey unless he's like an all-star level player. Personally,
because he's been his whole career, right?
Yeah, he got drafted there.
Yeah. They're going to retire his number.
Let me preface that also. Like, if he finishes his career there too, right?
Even if he gets traded now, like at the deadline or something like that, they trade him, he'll still get retired because it's the one chip. Like they never got there before. Does Melo get retired? Probably not. But I think Jokic carries Jamal to a jersey retirement. Because he was their second best player in a championship run. Where
he's got to be the GOAT after that. You carry someone to a jersey retirement?
Honestly, yeah. It's pretty crazy.
I think Jamal Murray will get his jersey retired. Yeah, for sure.
Another side note is that Jaylen Brown's probably already a Hall of Famer too. It's kind of crazy. Couple All NBAs.
Yeah, I guess.
I think if he retired today, he wouldn't be like a first ballot though. Like he would have to.
Yeah, not first ballot. Let's see his Finals MVP.
Projecting for sure. Like just assuming he doesn't retire in like 2 years, yeah, he'll be a Hall of Famer. Even if he just puts up like the similar numbers, nothing too crazy, he's a Hall of Famer off that.
Well, I think Jaylen Brown's career is already better than Jimmy Butler's, and I don't think Jimmy Butler's a Hall of Famer. Well, no, he's a 3-time All-Star. So 3-time All-Star, Final MVP, 1 All-NBA, NBA champion.
Like I think all Jaylen Brown needs. Well, actually, he's probably 4-time now, right? Or is it counting this year?
It's not counting this year, so yeah, 4-time.
So yeah, he probably needs like 2-3 more All-Stars, and he's good to go.
Well, it's Kyle Lowry and Hall of Famer.
Not a first ballot, but he can make it in for sure.
Yeah, and he's like a 5-time All-Star player.
He has a ring too. So
All NBA probably.
Yeah, a few times. He's like borderline. But they've let some like scrubs in the Hall of Fame, so that's why I'm saying these guys are like.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
All right. Well, unless y'all got something else y'all want to talk about, I think that's all I got.
I think covered everything. I just had the All-Star thing, but we'll do that next time. But
you're talking about like the all-time All-Star contest, right?
Yeah.
You wanted to. So when I read that, I was confused. So you're talking about like all-time dunk contest, all-time 3-point.
Yeah. So I have like players, and then we'll see who do you guys think would win a dunk contest with these all-time players, all-time greats, and what they do? Like John Stockton would be in the skills challenge. CP.
John Stockton in the dunk contest?
Hell no.
Hey, I don't want John Stockton in the skills challenge, respectfully, bro.
Why?
I'd rather have LaMelo Ball. I'm sorry. I'm not even being facetious, bro. Like the guys today are way more skilled. The guys today are way more skilled than the guys back then.
Like, you gotta pay respect.
I'd rather see Anthony Simons versus LaMelo Ball than John Stockton versus Steve Nash.
Bro,
like, I'm sorry.
This Nash is more skillful than LaMelo Ball. Come on, man.
Bro, MJ did the behind the back to the same hand. They thought.
Okay, in a skills challenge though, we're talking about on the court. Okay, Steve Nash is more skilled, but on a skills challenge, you got to fucking throw a ball through a tire. Like that's not, like that's LaMelo. We want to see his shit, you know.
It'd take LaMelo Ball like 20 tries, and then Steve Nash
through the legs, behind the back, pass through the hoop.
I want to see
flawless.
I want to see fucking Wemby in the skills challenge, bro.
Not for real.
Okay, yeah, I can do two versions then.
I want to see the most. I want to see they just only put uncoordinated 7-footers, like the last man 7-footers.
Yeah, Mason Plumlee, get him in there.
We'll do the YN skills competition.
That'd be hilarious.
Wemby, LaMelo.
The 3-point though, you could definitely go back, like put Ray Allen in that bitch. You know, I'm sure you're.
Put Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Wait, so is it, wait, who's in the 3-point? I didn't even see who was in it.
They didn't release it yet.
Oh, they didn't. They released a dunk contest though. It's like Stephon Castle, Buzelis, Mac McClung, and who's the last?
I wanted to talk about if this is going to be the worst one, but let's just wait and see.
All right, let's just wait. Yeah, we got time. All right,
Still
I'll wrap
like
it up
2
on
weeks,
that
right?
note.
Yeah, 2 weeks away, and then deadline's next week. I think we should meet next Thursday to cover the deadline right after it happens.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm down for that. I'm
Hopefully, there's good trades, and it's not just some bullshit.
Should be this year should
Kelly
be good.
Olynyk.
Yeah, after looking at the deadline preview, it looks like it's going to be a good one.
Dude, if like I'm gonna be disappointed knowing how much shit is out there with the Bradley Beal, Jimmy Butler. If like none of those guys get moved, I'm actually gonna be upset.
Yeah, I'll be so sad.
It's quiet.
If Jimmy Butler doesn't
get a center,
this is probably one of like the biggest like fiascos in NBA history, like in a long time. Yeah, I've never seen anything like this before.
I know, dude. I'm so mad I drafted that nigga, dude. They killed my season, honestly.
Who could have guessed this happening though? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he actually single-handedly like killed my season. Besides trading for Paulo, like if this wouldn't happen, you know what I mean? Jimmy was playing regular, I would have probably like won a couple of weeks that I've lost. But after literally as soon as I traded, I'm like, I'm in a good standing. I got fucking mad players, all average above 40. As soon as I trade Anthony Edwards and Garland, Jimmy gets suspended forever. Like
the worst part is he can't even put him on IR because he's.
That's what I'm saying. I can't put him in IR. That's why I'm losing weeks. I'm just losing.
SSPD.
You know what I mean? I've lost like I think 2 or 3 close ones. Like to Hassan, I literally lost because I didn't set my lineup Monday, dude. Like
yeah, that's your fault though. No, that's not.
Yeah,
Jimmy.
that's my fault. I didn't know there was I forgot the Paris game was at the crack of dawn, dude. Like I was so mad.
It was MLK Day. Every MLK Day they play their games like at 9 a.m.
Oh yeah. No, but yeah.
I didn't know it either, so Omari. I mean, I set my lineup, but like I had no idea either. Like I just woke up.
I hate that on Sunday.
Every year for MLK Day they'll do that.
I hate that on Sunday you still can't quick lineup it. You have to wait till Monday. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I went to sleep. I went to sleep before it was. I'm pretty sure I went to sleep before 12. So like I didn't even. Actually, no, I didn't. I just probably forgot at night. But yeah, like if I could do it on Sunday, it would be like set all the time. But
yeah,
I had to wait till Monday, and then I forgot that the game was that early.
Let's hope he gets traded next week.
Hopefully before then,
Jimmy?
honestly, because
hopefully before then.
Bro, losing money out here.
Man.
Oh God, bro, he literally tanked my season. Like I can't. I'm just losing. That's so many points just a week.
One more week left. One more week.
Yeah, literally. That's the only reason I'm holding is because I'm like I already held this all this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, you can't.
I've gotten offers.
So I have the guy he's getting traded for, who's been fucking terrible this year too. Fucking Bradley Beal. That guy's useless.
Yeah, I got a decent offer. Honestly, like I was gonna take it, but I decided to hold. But this nigga Ricky offered me Laurie, and I'm like, that's decent, and it's probably the best value I could possibly ever get right now for Jimmy.
I'll give you Bradley Beal for him, like real life.
Nah, still no.
I might think for that Laurie offer.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about it, but
bro, Laurie was in garbage time today. I was like, all right, hey, if he's gonna play garbage time, like I might take that.
Yeah, literally.
I'd wait till the
I was
deadline.
debating
See how the deadline shapes up. You don't know if he actually goes to a good
what I'm
team.
doing.
If he goes to Phoenix, that's good for him. He'll have his swag back and will actually want to play.
I don't know though, but numbers wise, it may not be all that great. Like,
but I mean, like you don't have to score to be fantasy relevant.
I guess so. Yeah, that's true.
Just the fact that he's willing to show up to games is already a step in the right direction.
He's a good player regardless. But
yeah, like he's always been good all around. Never been like top scorer.
We'll see. I hope a lot of trades go down. I really actually hope De'Aaron Fox gets moved more than anyone because I know it's not 100% chance that he will. Like I feel like
Brandon Ingram too.
Dude, if the Pelicans make 0 trades, dude, I'm never like betting on them to make a play in a spot again because it's just like, what do you do?
GM if he doesn't trade,
dude. Like if they don't make one trade, like okay, maybe they don't trade CJ and BI, but if they don't trade anybody, then it's just I don't know what to say.
Yeah, you gotta fire the GM instantly.
All right. That'll wrap it up for this week's episode of the Ball Don't Lie podcast. If you stuck around this long or watching it back, drop a like. Drop a sub if you haven't already. And we'll see you guys.
3-man weave. 3-man weave today.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
Triple team. Everybody's got